next episode.
Okay, there we go. Welcome to Vindamax 20. I was muted the whole time the first round.
Oh my
so
god.
I went back to the starting screen and then switched back over so I could just cut that first part out. Welcome in. Tonight we will be continuing our Graveblade Inquisition Strike Team Stray arc. There we go. Now you can hear me. So we're just pretending like that that was a trial run. I'm glad everyone had their lines prepared. All right, you guys ready? Is everyone steady spaghetti to jump into this?
I mean, one of us doesn't have our spaghetti, but
that's true. He doesn't have it. Okay, let me go ahead and switch over the music. Actually, this is fine. All right, my friends. So, last we left off, quick recap. Having just... Well, actually, let's go back a little bit further, briefly. So, Strike Team Stray, you guys were tasked with a mission. Managed to shift over to Shadefall with a nice, simple, and not so precarious landing into the into your area of operation. You guys started making your way through the festering woods, and eventually kind of just overcoming some different things, and ended up finding some of these large maggot-looking bug things. Decided to smoke them. You guys killed them with relative ease. However, a couple of the party members did end up getting succumbed to a little bit of poison. Racking their system, but other than that,
the suck team.
Yeah, other than that, you guys were for the most part nothing too crazy. As you all continued on, you guys ended up running into some of these like kind of smaller, kind of interesting looking lizards that you guys pretty much disposed of pretty quickly and without any sort of prejudice, I suppose. And then continuing on, you came across this kind of hooked monolithic kind of structure that held this kind of grayish mote of energy. And Dallin, you kind of having a little bit more in tune with arcana and things of that nature, especially with this kind of plane of existence, you managed to with some help from Tiberius, managed to figure out there was a kind of this cipher of some sort, or a pattern or something that you could kind of follow, at which point when you successfully completed it, stakes were pretty high, but you did manage to complete it and grab that mode of energy, and you now have that on your person. Continuing on, you guys eventually found the structure you're looking for. However, one of those massive trees that was kind of one of your indicating points seemed to speak out to you telepathically, and before too long, roots burst from the ground and tried to attack you, at which point you realize that this tree or entity might not necessarily be the nicest. So you guys managed to kind of freaking pedal to the metal, jumped into combat, and just, after kind of a pretty long, enduring fight. How many rounds was it? 7? Not bad. You guys eventually managed to destroy this tree, destroy its spawn, and eventually just kind of quickly make your way into the structure that you guys were kind of set out for at the beginning anyway. And then upon entering in, you guys, I want to say it was Valdis and Dallin, you guys ended up grabbing some of the debris that was kind of on this bottom floor that was kind of scattered around, and kind of barricaded the door before you guys all collectively made your way back together. And what are you sending me? Oh, thanks. I didn't know you could gift that. That's cool. Nice. I didn't know you could. That's cool. Anyway, but yeah, that is where we left off last time. So let me switch the music over, and then let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, so at this point, Dallin and Valdis, as you both walk over to Captain Tiberius and Tabix, as you all kind of stand there. Just a couple things to reiterate. Dallin and Tabix, as you guys kind of come together right before you ascend these stairs, obviously both are still kind of coughing, have been coughing kind of inconsistently, but you feel your body still kind of running a little hot from the poison that has taken hold of your systems. So as Tabix, you're kind of as Dallin kind of walking over, kind of coughing, you guys are now collectively at the bottom of the stairs. What would you like to do?
All right, I guess
So we took
So we're good on the short res,
No.
right?
We take it
Nope.
or no?
No, you literally, we left off last session with Dahlin and Valdis barricading the front door, and then you guys were planning on going up the stairs. And you guys have not ascended the stairs yet, though. But I want to just ensure that is what we're going to continue to do.
Do we want to take a short rest?
I think we should find the safest, healthiest place to take a rest, and then take some time to patch ourselves up before heading into the belly of this beast.
I agree. Well, let's
Doesn't complain to
scout
me.
around real let's scout around this room real quick in the area, and then let's come back when it's close to clear. We'll take a rest, my lads.
All right.
I will say the interior of this chamber is dark. Like it's so generally even like during the day for Shadefall, it's usually overcast and kind of gloomy and a little bit dim anyway. And then inside this interior building with no outside light, there are a couple windows that are kind of casting some light in here, but it is darkened. So if anyone wants to light up a torch or a light source or anything of that nature,
I'll activate
Yeah,
my
like-
one good.
you.
I'll activate my one good light.
Okay, so Brother Valdis, as you go ahead and you go to activate both of them, and now at this point you kind of see the actual condition of the one of your lights took of that brunt of that acid kind of attack, and the light on your right shoulder manages just to kind of flicker on and cast out the light in the space. However, the left one doesn't even. You kind of hear like a little bit of the arcane kind of like powering of it before it just cuts outside, and it just cuts out, and no light is emitted. So you have the right shoulder one as it shoots light out into the space.
Were you able to repair it?
You can. So the status of that one was full broken. So in full broken, you can even look at it and you would know, like, especially since you guys have been, running missions, you could tell that this thing is just beyond any field repairs that you can do. Usually anything broken can be at least salvaged or potentially put back together back at the bunker. But out here in the field with what your engineer has, he won't be able to do so. In that bag you have all this.
Light bulbs.
Yeah, in that bag you have all this. You do have like lanterns as well, even torches if you want. But I don't think any of you have dark vision. So
Like a flashlight. You have a mag light.
no, you have like lanterns, like glow lanterns.
Does the mote of energy give off any light?
As you pull it back out of your bag, it kind of just sits there and just kind of illuminate. It's like maybe a foot or two of dim light. Like it does illuminate, but it's not like a crazy vibrant thing.
Not worth using.
I will say this. Tiberius, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Let me pull my dice.
Yeah. Let me make me a perception check. Your passive perception is kind of keying you into some of these things, but I want to see if it keys you in and then see kind of what exactly you'll be able to gather from this.
I got a 7 + 8. That's a 15.
Okay, 15. Okay, sounds good. Let me go ahead and switch over music real quick because it's a little bit too much of what I want.
My passive perception is higher than that perception.
I know,
roll.
so that's what I'm saying. So the passive perception will cue you into some things, and then I want you to roll to see how much more you'd get. And I would say you said 15, right?
Yeah, 15.
So as your passive perception, you guys are kind of standing in the middle of this room, kind of a little bit closer to the stairs, and this room is it's kind of made of that kind of darkened stone. This interior it has a lot of buildup of dust. It's the brick in the kind of structure of the building from the exterior, and then as you guys entered in it looks worn down, but it's not like a ruins by any means. It's still holding its own. It just seems like it's been here for a very long time. But as you're kind of as Brother Volus turns on his light and you guys kind of begin to kind of scatter a little bit on the ground floor, you do hear like what almost sounds to be like a cracking of what like a cracking of a log within a fire of some sort is what the sound kind of resembling, kind of like you can kind of correlate it to, and it kind of comes from like up from the stairwell kind of down to you, and as you kind of quickly glance over, you can now see that there's faint kind of reflections of casting of light kind of on the wall of the stairwell leading up.
Can I go up there, or can I roll investigation? Or
you can go up there. I just didn't. Yeah, you guys can certainly go upstairs. I just know that you said that you wanted to check out the downstairs. I don't know who's going
yeah,
where.
Can I go? Well, I want to go up to the light.
Okay, sounds good. Anybody else doing anything? Let's see. I will say. Let me see. I actually wrote these
follow
down.
him.
So Valdis, Valdis, your passive perception is high enough that you heard the cracking kind of too. It was pretty quiet. It was kind of distant. But as Tiberius kind of calls this out, you all are now aware of it. So who's doing what? Is anyone staying down the main floor to do anything, or are you guys all kind of collectively going upstairs?
Should I stay down here? Make sure it's clear for you guys to come back down.
I'll go with Captain Tiberius.
Okay.
All right. I'll maintain a foothold down here.
Tavix, what are you doing?
Would if I cast Thaumaturgy,
Okay.
how it has a range of 30 feet? Can that go through the ground, or do I have to see it?
Let's see. So, what are you trying to do?
I want to enhance the flame, make it brighter.
I would say for
That's
this,
interesting.
you would be able to. You would have to see it because you don't know where the source of the flame is, and it's not like an area of effect. It's like within 30 feet you can do something, and so you would not be able to necessarily from here. You would not be able to manipulate the fire.
Another thing I can do is cause harmless tremors in the ground. Could I do that to the roof, which would be the ground of the second floor?
I would say if you wanted to,
Or
you
the
could do
scene.
that. You could cause.
Ow.
Yeah, you could go ahead and do that kind of above you. You kind of like you say the verbal kind of component of it, and like you can kind of hear the floorboards kind of creaking. At which point, one of the floorboards just snaps, and you can see one of the pieces of wood kind of falls off from the ceiling. Considering this is a very old, building, so as it kind of snaps and falls, and it kind of hits the ground, you can kind of now see up into the space above you, and you can see the roof, and you can kind of see a little bit of light casting kind of over this hole now that you've created this with the slight tremors in the ground. I would say normally the tremors wouldn't be because what does it say? It says harmless.
Harmless tremor.
Yeah, I would just say because of how old this building is and the wood. Yeah. So.
Well, with that, yeah, I'll head upstairs too.
Okay. So Tiberius, as you're, I'm assuming you're gonna go ahead and lead this kind of troop upstairs. I'm pretty sure Dad just followed the channel. So welcome in, Dad. It's good to have you here. I think you finally made a Twitch account. So that's what's up.
Nice.
But yeah, Tiberius, as you're making your way up, do you want to make an investigation check? What are you looking for? Are you looking for like traps or anything on the stairs?
I was gonna see like what it is, but yeah, I like to look for traps.
Okay, go and make an investigation check for me as you go up the stairs.
I'm gonna cast guidance on Tiberius.
I got
Sounds
a
good.
18.
18. Go ahead and roll your d4 as well.
I got a 3.
Okay, so that's 21 investigation. So as Tiberius, you kind of kneel down slightly, just investigate the stairs and kind of the structure of the stairwell going up. Thankfully, nothing seems to be trapped or out of the ordinary to indicate any danger. And as you kind of get up to this landing, it's still probably about maybe I'd say 5 to 6 or so feet as you kind of make your way and kind of go to kind of like be able to see visually onto the second floor as you're making your way over there, kind of staying a little bit low so you're not completely in line of sight. Do any of you want to do stealth checks, or are you guys just going up?
I'm just going up.
Okay, sounds good. So as you're looking up, you can see. Make a perception check for me in this upstairs space. I will say Tiberius does have to get a little bit. Does have to kind of step up a couple steps and get almost like halfway up the stairs before he can kind of see. Dahlin and Valdis, your guys' height difference makes it so you only have to like step up a couple stairs before you guys' heads already start to kind of crane up.
But Dawn was staying down below.
Yeah, I was staying below.
Tabix, you're up there. Okay, yeah, Valdis. Then Valdis, you can do that. Tabix, you're just kind of a little bit behind the rest of them. Dahlin, you're downstairs. And if you want to make any checks while you're downstairs, Dahlin.
I'll be perceiving if that's what's.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Be perceptive.
Tiberius, what was your roll?
For what was it? Perception again?
Yeah, it's perception again.
Let me roll.
I'll cast guidance
Damn
on
it,
him
I got a
again.
12.
Go ahead and roll
What
a
did I roll?
d4.
A 2.
So that'd be 14. Okay, so
Yeah,
as
roll
you...
perception.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Do you want to roll perception for sure?
I got a 15.
13.
You said 13? Valdus?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Tiberius and Brother Valdus, as you guys are looking up into this space, you can see in the middle of this kind of upper chamber here, you can see that there is... let's see here. Okay, so in the middle of the chamber, you can see that there's a couple of chairs and tables kind of in disarray. You can see that there's like 2 of them kind of still standing upright. A couple of them are like kind of tipped over. So, one of the tables is like busted completely in half. So one of them has like a leg kind of snapped out of place. You can see kind of underneath this kind of large middle space here. You can see that there's like a faded kind of rug that's like kind of been torn up on the edges and just has probably seen years and years of use. Off to the left-hand side, you can see that there's kind of in similar disarray to the middle of the chamber. You can see that there's like bunk beds. A couple of them kind of tipped over. Some of them dislocated and smashed. A couple of them just kind of still standing upright, but kind of canted off at an angle, not really in any uniform kind of in any like placement. And then off to the right-hand side, butted up against the right-hand wall, you can see kind of like a makeshift kitchen of sorts. You can see some cabinetry kind of affixed to the wall. You can see some kind of like a countertop, kind of like a sink kind of area, and then in the back right corner, kind of facing towards you guys, you can see this kind of smaller hearth kind of fireplace area. And then from this position, you guys can see and kind of hear now, especially kind of the crackling of the wood, kind of lightly kind of echoing in this space. You can see the light kind of casting onto a figure who his back is facing towards you. You can see him, or I guess it's hard to discern anything specific, but you can see them as they're sitting kind of in a hunched over in this kind of broken chair. You can see it was a chair with a back at one point. Half the back has been ripped off, and it's kind of almost more like a stool now. As they're kind of leaning on their legs or on their thighs, kind of pressed into the fire a little bit. You can kind of hear this like metal on metal. As you can see with one arm, you can see that they're kind of stirring something that's kind of affixed next to the fire, kind of over it a little bit. And from up here, you guys can definitely catch like the whiff of something being cooked, some meat, some stew kind of food being cooked at this point. I will say you can see that they have long, kind of black, dark, jet black kind of hair that hangs pretty low over the shoulders and kind of the back as they're leaning forward. You can see that they have this kind of blackened iron kind of like construction of armor. As you can see, it's like a half plate. You can see like the breastplate on top with some of the shoulder pieces. Some leather kind of some darkened leathers kind of assisting with the half plate in means of protection. As they're kind of leaning forward, kind of hunched towards the flame. You can hear the spoon kind of clanking against the pot.
Captain. There's someone here.
This guy's playing League of Legends. I'm gonna.
Oh shit. Sorry, no, I'm looking at my phone.
That's crazy. Did you hear everything I said?
I yell out. So okay, someone there. I'm sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, I yell over. Who is that?
As you yell out across the room, yeah, you can kind of they stir a couple more times before they eventually they take this kind of longer metal spoon out and kind of hit it against the side of the pot. Like, clink, clink, clink. You can kind of hear him call out.
Like, what the fuck?
You can kind of over the shoulder, not necessarily turning towards you, but you can hear him call out. I'm gonna be honest. I was not really expecting any sort of company, kind of in this far desolate area, especially not from the outside, where the poison fog creeps out across the lands.
Enough. Who are you before you get fucking turned up on? State your business.
I am just finding respite in this forsaken land. And at this point, you kind of see him turn and kind of face over to you. You can now see that the skin on this individual's face is just ghostly white as they look out and kind of turn over to your group. As they look over, you can tell. I would say definitely with their passive perception of all this in Tiberius, they definitely look elven in nature. You can see kind of the white kind of ears poking through the long dark hair as they're staring back over to you. I'm just finding respite in, from my travels. But he's gonna make a perception check real quick. As you can tell, and he kind of his voice trails off, and he looks you all over, kind of just up and down. You can kind of see him, his kind of brow kind of froze a little bit, just like in a curious kind of digesting kind of facial expression.
I roll intimidation and say identify yourself.
Yeah, go ahead, for sure.
Damn. Do I even have any bonuses? Whack.
I don't know.
Don't know. Thought I did.
For intimidation? I mean, if you raged, you could add your strength mod to it, but
I got a 10.
10. Let me go ahead and have him do. Let me see if this will. No, okay. So as you kind of call out, identify yourself, he just kind of like the curious kind of glances kind of go into the as he turns back and kind of looks back towards the fire. I don't know why you are being so demanding. I don't see why there needs to be any hostility here. We're all just finding respite of some sort, finding rest out of the elements of sorts.
Do we need to find respite from you?
No, I don't think so. I am Suvetha. I'm just traveling. I am currently looking for something, and so I am just resting my weary bones until I get my strength back to continue doing so. At this point, he's kind of
What are you looking for?
I am looking for something down in the labyrinth. Something that I've been searching for quite some time. Hopefully I'll find it soon. He kind of puts the spoon back into the pot.
What's the labyrinth?
Before I answer any more of your questions, how about I ask some of my own? What are you all doing here, and why are you outfitted in such unique and foreign weaponry?
It's none of your business.
You all carry things that I have never even seen or even been heard tales of. Strange, especially for those entering in from the mists. No one dares to go into the mists, not in these isolated lands. Just stirring. Are you guys approaching any further up the stairwell?
All approaching.
Okay, as you kind of your heavy frame kind of passing Tiberius, entering up onto the top land, kind of now into the second story here. Yeah, Dolan, you can kind of hear the floorboards kind of give and creak heavily underneath as you can hear Brother Valdis, or at least what you're assuming, kind of entering the top portion.
Do you have any knowledge of this labyrinth?
Yes, I actually do. I've been traveling it for some time. The labyrinth, it goes on and on and on and on with no end in sight. No hope of finding what it is that I seek. But I guess I have nothing better to do than search. So I will continue to do so. As he kind of takes the spoon out again and ching, 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 kind of sets it off to the side. And now at this point, you can kind of see he turns to the right and kind of resting up against his kind of busted chair. You can see he kind of starts digging into a pack of some sort.
Down below here.
He's kind of fumbling. Yes, down below. Have you... He kind of pauses and looks back, kind of now noticing that you're a little bit closer, not too much closer. But you can see I find it odd that you are all here, but do not know what the labyrinth contains. Are you unfamiliar with what you, for where you are?
Don't want
might
to
have
answer.
Man, I really
Oh.
should have come up there, shouldn't I have?
We don't
Yeah.
have much intel.
What exactly are you? This is annoying. You're annoying us. You're being.
Well, I don't understand where you are coming from, considering the fact that you barged in on my rest and are now questioning me like I have done something wrong. At which point he can now at this point kind of stands up and is facing you, kind of like half body, kind of bladed towards the wall, kind of towards the kitchen, kind of things and whatnot. And you can see that he's just kind of posturing a little bit defensively.
Captain,
Yes, brother
should
Valdez.
we see if he will guide us?
I don't know. I don't know if I fully trust him.
Are you guys like this? Is I'm assuming like a little bit of a hush tone.
No, I'm
And-
speaking
and-
normally.
yeah, if you wanna speak
I
normally,
turn and speak normally to
Okay.
Captain.
You as
Well-
you go ahead.
He seems harmless. I don't see any weapons. Do you sense anything?
You would be a fool to not have weapons here. Close his
Sir,
name.
in
Close-
order to
close-
not harm you, you must tell us what weapons you have on.
Make a persuasion
What?
check with disadvantage.
What was his? What was his name again?
got
It was Suvetha.
I got an 8.
You got an okay. You got an 8.
Not very persuasive, huh?
As you guys are having this, this conversation, what was your perception check again?
My?
No. Downstairs, Dolan.
15.
15. Okay, so as you're looking around downstairs, as they were kind of approaching up the steps and continuing upward, you kind of are looking around, and there's nothing too significant necessarily in this bottom story. You do see that in each corner, kind of where walls kind of intersect and meet, in each corner, you do see that there are some kind of statues that used to like some resemblance of statues. However, over the times, you can see that they've kind of broken away. You see kind of they depict some kind of ghostly humanoid figure. However, it's kind of hard to fully make out exactly what it is because of the age and how some pieces kind of broken off. One doesn't even have a head, one's like missing a shoulder and a portion of an arm, and just one of them is completely knocked over and just kind of scattered across the ground. You do find that towards the back wall from the entrance you guys came in, you do see there are some containers. A majority of them are open and kind of the lids kind of strewn aside. And then you just see some kind of basic furniture, but the majority of everything in here, is pretty destroyed and looks like maybe ransacked or age wouldn't have done this. It would obviously maybe be deteriorated in integrity, but someone came in here and pillaged, looted something. If you'd like to, you can make your way over to the containers as you're kind of glancing around the space.
How far away from the stairwell are the containers?
The stairwell is like so. It's directly in front of the. It's located like kind of in a clear trajectory from the front doors, but it's about probably like 2/3 of the way, like kind of almost central to 2/3 of the way, kind of in this space, and it leads downward. The barrels and the containers are off to the left hand side, kind of the back left corner, so they're pretty separated.
I'll go search through the containers.
Okay, as you go ahead and make your way back over there, Tiberius, you got an 8 on your persuasion roll. He kind of cocks a glance. You all are very, very demanding. I don't understand why. I have not done anything to you. And I do not plan on doing anything, but if it's for your comfort, I can just be on my way. I do not wish any trouble. I have other things to be doing. At which point you can kind of see he has been kind of reaching over, and now at the end of his sentence, he kind of grabs, and you can see in this kind of this brown kind of blackened leather sheath, you can see this kind of thin saber-like kind of curved kind of sheath weapon, as you can see, like the kind of the handle of it out the top of it, as he kind of goes and grabs it. Not like it isn't like draw it or do anything crazy. He's just like ensuring that he's he's ready in case something goes down. And then as you kind of follow his movement and now kind of see him pick it up, you can see that there is also a short bow kind of resting up against the wall as well, with like kind of like a similarly colored quiver as he kind of picks up the blade.
What
All
did you respond to me asking you if he should join us or guide us?
Me, I said I didn't trust him, but I was gonna say you know what? I feel like he's harmless. His weapons are inferior. You can ask him to guide us through this certain labyrinth.
So Suvetha,
Yeah.
I'm asking you, Jay.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
What was that?
His name's Suvetha.
Yeah, Suvetha. Suvetha. Tabix, what are you doing during this whole kind of interaction?
I'm just kind of letting them do their thing. I'm ready to engage, but I'm not doing anything in particular besides watching.
Okay. Do you all say anything towards him?
Me?
You guys are kind of talking about him in front of him, but he has his sword and he kind of has it postured in a way. He's defensive.
Yes, so I turned and I asked you that, and then I looked back at him. I noticed he's reaching near his weapon, so I will stand a little bit more in between him and Captain Tiberius.
Okay.
I'll say, Suvetha, will you aid us?
Make a persuasion check.
17.
17.
No mods.
No mod, dude, just straight
Charisma
17.
+0.
Okay, nice. So, as you say this, you kind of, I'm apprehensive to do so, but I would I've spent so long lurking in the labyrinth for my own things by myself that I could definitely use aid in doing so. How about this? If you aid me in finding my relic that I seek, then I have no issues or quarrels with assisting you in doing what you desire. Which, I guess, what is it that you seek from the labyrinth? Is there something you wish to find? Is there something you wish to accomplish?
We're looking for an old friend.
He kind of chuckles. That is strange. I haven't found anybody. They said I've.
Have you heard any robot noises? He's a robot, our old friend.
Oh.
An automaton. Have
Yes.
you seen one?
What is this automaton you speak of? What is that? Like an animated piece of armor?
A being of metal.
That acts independently? Of its own
Yes.
intelligence? I cannot say I've found anything or run across anything of of that in nature, unfortunately.
Do we have the name of the object we're looking for?
The artifact itself was not named to you. You just know kind of the description and kind of the look of it. It was not like directly like, hey, this is a blip. It was just like, this is an artifact we're looking for. They wanted it, so.
Just to clarify, what does it look like?
It's like a pyramidal kind of object, and it has like these kind of like arcane sigils and kind of holes that kind of scatter all all around it, and kind of it's like a pyramid kind of like a four-sided pyramid 3D kind of object.
We do seek an artifact.
What kind of artifact?
One of pyramid shape, rune etched.
can't say I found anything of that sort. At this point, he kind of hurriedly, kind of dropping his guard for a moment, kind of grabs the spoon again and kind of starts to stir the pot quickly, and then kind of just in a moment of kind of just detaches from this conversation and starts to kind of get his kind of the cooking pot kind of off the fire and kind of setting it down and kind of getting it situated. For you, Dahlin, downstairs, as you make your way over to the containers, you look into them, and as you kind of go from there's like some circular ones, there's some like kind of box shaped rectangular ones, and as you look through them, like as soon as there is one that kind of has the 3/4 kind of the lid still on, and as you kind of shift it off to the side, immediately your nose is hit with just like kind of rotting, decaying kind of smell. As you kind of look in, you can see that there's some very old rations that are just disgusting. And as you look through some of the other crates, you can see like torches, you can see some like linens and stuff like that, some like basic supplies, but nothing too valuable.
Is there anything salvageable that looks useful?
Make an investigation check if you want to go and kind of dump in there.
Yes.
This music is way too intense.
That'll be a 10.
Oh, my Elden Ring music currently isn't on Apple Music anymore.
Oh, that sucks.
Tough.
It's big tough.
What were you saying? Sorry, go ahead.
You got 10.
You got it. Make sure you're still negating your poison.
Yeah.
Okay. You're 10. You're looking through, and unfortunately, it just looks like basic supplies. Like you could salvage some torches. There's still torches. Like there's like 3 or 4 torches that are still available. There's some just like heavily worn like daggers, kind of in one of the crates.
None of them noise or shiny.
Noise was shiny, unfortunately.
Darn.
But I would say
I'll take some of the torches or whatnot.
yeah, you go and find 4 torches that are still at least still well put together enough that you could utilize.
All right.
And if you want, I would say about this time you look around, and I would say with that you kind of pretty much, I would say for at least for the most part, you've kind of taken a glance over everything downstairs. So if you want to make your way up, feel more than free. If you'd like to.
I'm gonna keep maintaining our foothold down here. Let them.
Where are you going to be standing in the room?
I'm back to the stairwell.
Yeah, like the base of the stairs.
Back to the upstairs. They went upstairs, right?
Yeah, they went upstairs.
Yeah.
So you're like facing in back to the stairwell, kind of
Yes.
on like the first couple steps. Okay, cool. So you just go and post up there, and you can. It was a little bit muffled, kind of from down here. It's kind of a little bit hard to hear. Your passive perception is pretty low, so you didn't necessarily pick up anything. But now, as you kind of get a little bit closer to the stairwell, you can kind of hear this kind of conversation continuing. What are you all upstairs doing, or at least kind of at the top of the stairs, as he is now kind of gathering? He's kind of like, getting his stew taken care of and kind of stirring it additionally. Kind of has it on like the stone kind of hearth portion of the fireplace as he sits there and kind of. And you can see that he now is kind of rummaging in his bag kind of quickly. He kind of pulls out a couple different little small glass containers. What are you all doing?
I will say, what object do you seek?
I'm searching for something. I'm searching for a necklace, an amulet of sorts. It's not very large. It's probably about, the amulet itself is allegedly about this or so big. That's all I really know. I do have I have a drawing that I've been kind of going off of for the longest time. But that's about all I know, and I just know that it is in the labyrinth somewhere.
I cannot be here long, but we will help how we can.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, if time is of the essence for you and your compatriots, then I do not necessarily know if it is best to align ourselves. However, we can at least go in the same direction until our paths diverge. The Labyrinth of Dread is not something that is, is not something that is easily traversed. Every room holds something unique and different. Everything is like a shitty test or something of sorts.
Well, everything's a test if you think about it. I'm ready to go.
You haven't even taken your long rest yet.
Oh yeah. How'd you get down here in the first place? Or are you from the underworld?
No. So the Labyrinth of Dread, and its full title is, it is known as the... Scrolling down. It is known as the Dread Labyrinth of Kelvacrin. It expands across Shadefall, and it's very extensive. I actually entered into it in a far-off land, much farther away from here. I'm not even entirely, as he kind of looks up and kind of just in a general kind of, expression, I'm not even entirely sure where exactly I am, but they have these structures that we find ourselves in. They are kind of placed at different exits of the labyrinth, and it seems like they're almost little areas of respite for individuals who wish to take on the labyrinth themselves.
Well,
It is strange.
if you had those weapons and you made it this far, you must be a skilled bladesman
I can
or a
hold my
crossbow
own.
user.
I can hold my own in a fight, that's for sure. But I will say, I did not start my venture off by myself. But here I stand, the last one of my group.
How many people were in your group?
Make another persuasion check. As he kind of gets a little distrusting as he side-eyes you.
Got a persuasion?
Yes.
It's 18.
18. He kind of looks over at you. There was 6 of us, including myself.
Is that all he says?
He kind of, as he says this, he kind of like starts, like, you can see like something like he's thinking, like he's just like kind of internalized it a little bit. It's not like he says that and goes back to what he's doing. He says that and kind of just, you can see like his face kind of fall a little bit and just kind of start reminiscing a little bit.
Was it his wife and kids? And they're executed
I don't
in
know.
front of his eyes.
Oh shit!
They-
You want to roll insight? Roll insight and see if you can determine how much heartbreak he's going through right now.
Oh shit! I got a good insight roll. I got a 19.
Yeah, it was his family. No, there's no way for you to actually. There is no way for you to actually truly determine what it was. But you can tell that just with like the way that he looks, and I mean, you're not somebody who is you're not someone who's far from experiencing turmoil and just all sorts of crazy shit and loss, and so you can kind of relate to this a little bit. And with that insight, you can kind of determine that the look he's giving, kind of just like the true kind of sorrow that he has on his face, definitely appears like who knows how many, but there's people amongst that group that were definitely dear to him in some capacity, or at least close to.
That's damn. Couldn't be me. Is what I'm thinking in my head right now.
That's crazy. As you get flashbacks of when your strike team previous got slaughtered.
All right. Well, I look at him. I go, my friend. We've all lost team members in the line of battle. I can't even count how many I've lost.
It is unfortunate, but the things we do for accomplishing the mission, I suppose, and in completing the task we've set out to do. I just know that if I find this relic, things will be different. Hopefully.
Okay.
And he kind of,
Bored.
at this point, he kind of like gestures and kind of holds up kind of like the pot of stew. Would you all care to partake with me? I don't have much, but I can at least offer you a little bit.
I go over and take a seat across the fire from him.
Okay. There isn't an additional seat there, but you can definitely pick up one of the kind of overturned chairs that's like kind of in the center portion. You can go and pick it up, and you kind of stride your way across and kind of set it next to the fire. And I will say, you guys have been traveling, so you guys have kind of worked up a sweat, and you're kind of you guys kind of like built up a sweat, and kind of your body temperature has kind of gone up. I will say, though, since coming down kind of from the fight and kind of being in this interior space, there's a nip in the air in this interior space. And so kind of getting next to the fire, there's a little bit of a comfort to it as you sit down. And at this point, he kind of he's holding kind of the pot, and he goes, do you by chance have any kitchenware with you? I unfortunately only carry enough for myself. And you would have like travel utensils and kind of supplies involved.
Yeah,
bag.
I pull out my ration kit.
We would have REI travel ration kits.
Wait, okay. I pull out my ration kit and I like motion over. While that's happening, I'm gonna go get some water. Focus on other of our lovely characters.
Okay, sounds good. Tiberius has made his way over as he says this. Valdos, what are you doing? Tavix, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go try to take a seat next to the captain.
Okay. So the fireplace isn't very large. It's like it looks like it was literally built only to like start a fire and to be cooked over. And so I would say it's probably only comfortably sits the two of them kind of in front of it. But you can always grab another chair and kind of sit behind or off to the side if you'd like, kind of resting up against the back or the far wall if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll go grab a chair, bring it over.
Okay. So you go ahead and enter into you kind of stepping up the final steps. Kind of the creaky floorboards underneath your feet as you walk across. Valdes.
I'll approach. I'll set my weapon down, and then I'll take off the bag, reach in, and I'll pull out Tiberius's mess kit.
Okay, sounds good. As you go ahead. Yeah, as you go ahead and pull out the utensils. Dallin, you can kind of hear some of this conversation, and you now hear a lot of the individuals kind of stepping across the floor and making their way kind of deeper upstairs. Are you still going to hold it down there?
I'll get make myself comfortable, but I will stay down. Yeah,
there's like a landing if you want to make your way up to this. Like, there's like a landing that kind of bridges the first floor to the second floor. It's like a half kind of floor here. If you want to kind of rest on that, or you can just rest at the base of the stairs.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go ahead and pop a squat, kind of making sure that there is no.
I'll go get a chair if there's one somewhere.
There is like a ramshackle kind of stool you can find from the downstairs. I will say, make a perception check for me as you are as you're sitting down there. As you're kind of
not good. 3.
The Riz look. And then the shitty roll 3. Yeah, you go ahead and you can find a stool, set it down. You're kind of preoccupied with that. You sit down and you're trying to stay alert, but also it just feels really good to not be walking anymore. Kind of taking a load off. You kind of drop your bag, kind of set some of your armaments down a little bit. It's kind of a nice feeling. So you just kind of listening to the Darkest Dungeon theme. Cool.
Yo. Darkest Dungeon just got the fire.
Darkest Dungeon.
Alright, I'm just gonna switch it over to this. Sorry, I'm just messing with the music a little bit. Okay. I will say, yeah. Okay. So as you go ahead, Tiberius, as you're sitting down, and you kind of pull out your rations, Volus does walk over kind of behind you and hands you your mess kit that's in the bag that he has, and there's like pots and pans, kind of not like super big, but there's a couple like bowls and kind of like metallic bowls and kind of like a plate, like all kind of like held together by a single kind of clasp ring. As he kind of takes it down, and kind of rattles together. There's like also a similar one with like a spork and a knife and stuff. So he takes it out and kind of hands it to you.
I'll offer one to you too, Tavix.
I'll accept.
Okay. So as you both accept, and now at this point, are you gonna eat from your rations, or are you going to take some of the soup that is being offered?
I am not gonna take the soup.
Okay, sounds
I want
good.
rat soup.
I'll take some of the
Swamp
soup.
rat soup.
I don't trust his.
Okay.
I don't trust his swamp
Tavix-
rat soup.
Tavix
You want womp rat soup?
as you kind of as you go ahead, Tavix, you kind of stand up and make your way over. Kind of make eye contact with Suvetha as you kind of now at this point you can see he has kind of like a ladle now, and kind of is kind of stirring and seeing you not making any kind of gestures to get anything from it. He looks over to you, Tavix, as you're kind of walking over, kind of like with your bowl in hand, as he's like, yes, come here. As you kind of bring it over, he'll go ahead and scoop it up and kind of give you like a full kind of ladle full of stew or the soup that he kind of has made, and as it kind of slops into your bowl, he kind of well, I mean, if your compatriots here aren't going to be having any, if you'd like more, as he goes in for another scoop and kind of looks at you.
You're gonna have some
No,
yummy
thank you.
skeever stew.
What was that?
I
Tiberius?
only eat
No, thank you.
skeever. Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Tiberius is just sitting there. I only eat skeevers, dude.
I only eat skeever stew if the skeevers were in the honey brew meadery.
This campaign is literally just Captain Tiberius's descent into madness.
And none of us are real.
We all died on that op. We all died on that
Whoa,
operation.
dude! Imagine if I ended the arc with that. That'd be crazy shit.
Damn,
Tabix, you go ahead and you sit back down. I will say, as you go and you sit back down, you are reminded of how busted your assistant arm is. As you go to sit down, you get kind of taken off guard as you go to sit, and the weight of the arm that's been kind of dragging you backwards slightly, you've got kind of used to it, but as you go to sit down, it kind of just you hit the seat quickly as the kind of balancing kind of gyros and kind of things that keep the arm aloft and not a burden to you have kind of busted, and it kind of reminds you that your equipment is indeed under damage.
Is it possible for me to repair my own arm?
Yes, you can. And you kind of sitting down and remembering this, you can either so there's a couple of things you can do. You can either doff kind of your chest plate and kind of remove it. However, you could also ask for assistance and kind of guide someone through the process. You do, like, reading through the instructions that you got, you do know that there are like bolts and things kind of holding it to it, and you can detach those and take off the arm itself, and then you could work on it, and then you could have it reaffixed as well. So there's kind of multiple ways you go about doing that. It just kind of depends on what you're most comfortable doing.
So I can just take it off and work on it. That's
Yes.
an option.
Yes, that is an option.
Okay. I'm gonna take my bowl of soup and place it on the chair, and then
Okay.
make my way to the corner and take off my armor.
Which corner? You going over to the bunk bed side kind of area?
Yeah. That
So
sounds like a good
so
corner.
it's like it's like a rectangular space. You guys came up like the stairs, and then the hearth and like the kitchen are off to the right hand side here. And then kind of in the middle of this chamber is like the carpet and some of the like tables, and then on the opposite end there's like a bunking kind of like resting area. It's kind of disheveled, kind of destroyed, but there are a couple bunks and things still standing upright. If you want to go over there, or you could go to like one of the tables in the middle that isn't overturned, and you could go ahead and work there.
I'll probably use one of the tables in the middle. That seems like a better working.
Okay,
area.
so you get some soup, go sit down, go, oh shit, set your soup down and walk away across the room.
Yeah. Without saying anything either.
Okay,
Just
sounds good. As you make your way.
It was mysterious.
Valdis, what are you doing? Besides catering to your captain's mess kit.
Relax, dude. Get out of here. I will approach Dolan. I'll get on the stairs and approach Dolan.
Okay, so you make your way back down the stairs. Tiberius, what are you doing? Are you talking to Suvetha, or are you guys kind of just now munching? As he is now kind of
I'm just munching.
Okay, after kind of affixing a plate or a kind of a bowl for Tabix, he kind of sits back down, kind of fixes himself a bowl, sits back down in his chair, and now is just kind of, you guys are both kind of quietly eating together. Valdis, you make your way back down the steps, and you can see that there is Dolan kind of resting on a chair, kind of on the middle landing, kind of connecting floor, just sitting there. And you kind of catch him with his eyes kind of closed a little bit based on his perception check. He kind of just not dozing off, but just kind of resting his eyes briefly as you kind of are making your approach, at which point he kind of opens them.
Oh,
Brother
there's something
Dolan.
going on. Oh, what's going on, Tiberius? Or excuse me, Brother Valdis.
I can take watch. The rest are taking rations.
All right, excellent, thank you.
Okay. So
Then I'll walk past him up the stairs.
Okay, make your way up the stairs, and you do see Tiberius, and this now, for the first time, you're seeing this kind of ghostly white skin, dark haired, kind of dark and armored individual, kind of sitting next to Tiberius as they're both just chomping away on some rations. Tiberius, you can kind of see Dahl now approach up the steps. Same with you as well, Tabix.
I'm not gonna address him or mention him. I'm just gonna sit down like next to Tabix and start busting in my own rations.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, and I would say at this point, you guys are You guys are going to go ahead and start a short rest. Short rests are generally 45 minutes to an hour. I will say, is there anything you guys would like to particularly accomplish in this time? I know, Tabix, you want to go and repair your servo arm. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do? And Suvetha will talk throughout this portion, but I'm just going to kind of getting a gauge as to what you guys want to do.
I want to eat my soup eventually.
Okay, sounds good. We'll get to that when you make your rolls for your arm.
Yeah.
Brother Volus, are you just keeping watch?
Yeah, am I able to do sentries rest?
I mean, short rest is literally just...
Oh, I guess you're not sleeping, right?
No,
Okay.
short rest, you're literally just doing, like, nothing. You're doing, like, menial activity, like low-key activities and just resting.
Okay.
And, like, bandaging yourself up, anything like wounds and stuff like that, just taking care.
I'd like to analyze the mode of energy.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good. And then, Tiberius, what are you doing?
I was gonna ponder
I'm
his
just
orb.
eating.
You're just eating? Okay, sounds good.
I'm
so-
quietly sitting there. I'm eyeballing everyone around me.
Okay. I will say kind of shortly into everyone getting kind of situated where they're going to be Suvetha just kind of quietly, so what is your name and the name of your compatriots, if you don't mind me asking?
He's talking to me.
He's talking to you. You sat next to him next to the fire.
I put my fork down. I go.
What? What's that?
What the fuck?
You know, like I just slurp up my food. You know, I'm like,
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were eating hardtack with a fork.
And so then, I look over and say, "We're a strike team."
I see. For like your own, like what does that mean? Do you work for anybody? Are you from around these parts of these?
We're not from here.
I can see that, considering as he kind of now glances up and down your armaments, he says, "You all wield very alien and unique technologies, and weaponry."
We come and go from this land. We come here for missions for the most part.
Are you not from Shadefall?
No, none of us are from Shadefall. We're from the overworld.
I see. Make an insight check on him.
Why is bro acting so sussy?
Internally screaming.
God, 19.
19. When you say that?
No.
Oh,
That's what I rolled.
Oh.
Plus, I was hoping it was getting at 20. Insight, it'd be 20. With my modifiers, 23.
Damn, 23. You say the overworld, which I guess is another name for the material plane, and you can see he visually gets like sad, like he just kind of, and like I would say the 23, you can tell like there's like just off the like body language, you can tell that there's like some, like you say that and he gets like kind of disheveled and almost like jealousy a little bit. I feel like in a way.
I look over and I notice this, and so I say, "Well, what do you think of the overworld then? Have you ever been to the material plane?"
No. Us fallen elves, we are native to Shadefall. We have been here for thousands of years, and so unless we are
Can I roll a history check?
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, no, roll a history check for sure.
He said fallen elves.
Yeah, do it for sure. No, yeah. Hey, let me. Hey, bro, please. I love talking about lore of my world. By all means.
I got a 15.
15. So fallen elves also, and you say that and it resonates with you. They're also referred to as shaded elves. So they're kind of in a grouping, kind of like the dark elves, which are the drow, which are the ones that live in the Underdark. Shaded elves or fallen elves, they are 1 second. They are native to Shadefall. they were, and you would kind of know this with some basic history with that role and understanding. You know that like a long time ago, there's a lot of different types of kind of elves and different kind of portions of the population that live in different places. Like I said, like the Drow there in the Underdark, etc. And so these ones were kind of excommunicated like a long time ago. Like there was some sort of quarrel, or you don't know the specifics, but you just know that there was a grouping of elves that were cast out to Shadefall from the Feywild, and they were kind of doomed to then reside here for however long. That's where they've been since, and so.
I mean, from my knowledge, how have interactions between the strike teams and fallen elves gone?
So just hold on one second. I just need to re-clear.
To pull up the lore documents.
Actually, I just need to clear up my camera from being freaking blurry because I accidentally got too close to it, and it was like, oh, we're gonna focus somewhere else. No, so for the history of the Inquisition, there have been times where you guys have dealt with fallen elves before, and I would say probably with just how long you've been with the Inquisition, there have been times that you've dealt with them personally. That's kind of where your basis is. It kind of ranges, I would say. There are some places where there are like small populations that are friendly or at least non-hostile, and there are some places where the lack of vitamin D gets to these fuckers and they get real shitty and they make it your problem. So so it just kind of depends on kind of where they're at and where they kind of fall in the realm of the kind of the group of people that they have and kind of their own individual ideals. Yeah. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like you have shitty humans, you have good humans. Same for them. It's like you have shitty fallen elves or shaded elves, and then you have good ones, or somewhere in between, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. So that was just like my thoughts from when he mentioned fallen elves. So was he gonna say anything else?
Well, you said you said, have you ever been, or what is your deal with that? And he goes, no, I have not. I've only ever known Shadefall, unfortunately. Though I'm hoping that this amulet that I find in the Labyrinth will hopefully change that, or at least give me hope that one day I can leave this desolate land.
Where do you want to go?
Well, I think the material plane has the most promise, and so I think that will be where I'll go first. I don't know of many other planes of existence and how they operate, but I think the material plane is the best bet amongst the list of them. So.
Oh, you want to come to the material world? What opportunity do you look there to find, my friend?
I wouldn't. He kind of like looks up at you, kind of. I wouldn't even know. I just know it'd be better than here. I've already lost everything that I cared about. So. Kind of.
Well, there's not much anywhere else, friend. You go to the top, it's the same place, same feelings, just a different scenery.
Bucket of charm.
He just kind of sighs to himself and just continues to eat his soup. All right, let's go and shift over to Tabix as they were discussing. You can go ahead and let's see. So your arm, unfortunately, did suffer. Let me go to the rules here. So it did suffer heavily damaged. And so your repair DC to fix it back to working order in the field is going to be 15. Your tools, which you are proficient with, which you have like kind of, across your engineer armor, you can go ahead and use those to repair it. It should be I want to say it should tell you, I think it's in your intelligence plus your proficiency mod.
Yeah, so I just roll to repair it.
Yeah, you just roll to your D20, and hopefully you can beat the 15.
Well, I got 19.
Hey, okay, nice.
Plus 4, so
Nice.
6.
And then -2 though.
Oh, -2, 24.
Good
Oof.
thing, good thing you rolled high, because that poison's kind of kicking your ass. And as you're kind of using, you're kind of thinking things through, and you're kind of really getting into the fixing this. You start to kind of take off some of the plates that have access to some of the arcane batteries and some of the different things and the various kind of components of the arm that stabilize it and operate it. You kind of like, this isn't super difficult, but you can feel yourself sweating, and you can feel like your blood pressure rising a little bit, and the poison kind of taking effect on your system. But thankfully, with your training and with your kind of understanding of how this thing works, even in the brief time that you've had it, you managed to get it fully operational. You now have it back to working order. I would just like to say, let's see what it says here. It says, if a piece of equipment is repaired successfully, then all unspent charges and forms of utilization are restored. For each time an item is successfully repaired, the DC on the next time a repair is required is increased by 3. So let me go ahead and just write, I'm going to write repaired here. And just keep in mind that next time if you have to fix it again, it'll be more difficult, but you can do it.
Okay.
So that is where that stands. And I will say that takes you probably about 20, 30 minutes. During your rest. I would say, like, since you're proficient, it won't disrupt your short rest. It's just kind of a thing you can do. But once you've kind of done that, you can get to your soup. But while you're fixing your arm, Dallin, what are you doing? You're looking over your sphere.
Yeah, I was gonna ponder the orb.
Pondering his orb.
You're gonna ponder the orb
first. Someone has now pondered an orb.
Hell yeah! So you pull it out, and you can just see this. You can see it's this kind of grayish. Let me scoot up a little bit here. It is this kind of blackish gray sphere of just kind of like energy, and it's interesting because the energy kind of swirls around and kind of just like shifts around the sphere, but it's solid in its like kind of circular circumference. Like there's no like protrusions or anything. You can feel kind of a slight energy reverberation to it. But if you want to make some sort of if you want to kind of delve deeper than that, feel free to make an Arcana check for me. -2 because you're still sick. Sicko mode.
That's a 14.
14. I would say the 14. You kind of ponder it over and you're looking at it, and there is definitely this could be channeled. You know that for certain. This could be utilized. This energy could be activated in some manner. As of right now, it kind of doesn't come to you, and it kind of is a little bit. It's kind of like there's almost like a connection that wants to be formed by this kind of mote of energy. But with that roll at the moment, it's just kind of it's like you're sitting there and you're close, but the sickness of your body and kind of just your mental state right now is just kind of worn, and so it's just not quite connecting. But it just it feels like this mote, this kind of sphere of energy, it just holds an unknown potential to it, a powerful unknown potential. Like this is like an energy form that you've never felt or experienced, and you can tell it is extremely powerful, and you don't even know what realms of possibilities it could create or generate or do or manipulate. It's just a matter of kind of figuring that out.
All right, I'll furrow my brow and put it away.
Okay. As you put it away, Brother Volus, as you're sitting on the stairs, you hear and you hear this loud kind of snapping break kind of, and you hear a loud as like a reverberating like sudden thud as you can hear something emit from outside. As you kind of come to, everybody hears this. It is loud. Tiberius and you're kind of sitting over there, and Suvetha kind of quickly turns kind of over in the general direction of the noise, and it's coming from the direction of where you guys fought the large tree.
I look at
fall over.
Suvetha's like, what was that?
Is there a window that I could look through?
Is there
the windows in this interior space, they're like offset a little bit higher so that you can't like they let light in, but you can't really see out of them. You can try to like climb up one of them though, for sure.
If I could.
Yeah, if you want to, the one that would be probably in the direction of which the noise came from would be on the stairwell. So if you want to go and make your way over the stairwell and kind of just climb up, go ahead and make me an athletics check real quick.
25. Nope. 23.
23. Yeah, you very easily just kind of find some kind of loose foothold, like loose kind of stone, and kind of use your footholds and kind of peek your head up and out the window, and you can see that large, just towering tree that you guys fought. You can see parts of like the base that remains kind of rooted in the ground is kind of aflame and kind of just like kind of some flames kind of emitting off of it, but you can see that the kind of 2/3 kind of top portion broke and snapped off and just smashed onto the floor of the area outside.
Yeah, the tree finally came down. I'll
Nice.
turn back and say,
Nice.
Suvetha kind of looks over to you, Tiberius. Oh, was that the I heard the commotion outside. I'm assuming that was what you were all interacting with or fighting, or what was that? Was it?
it was some
It was a
animated
tree.
tree. Some corrupted,
An overgrown tree.
some sort of
Interesting.
corruption used it.
This place never ceases to amaze me. Anything else you guys like to do for this short rest?
I'd like to piss my pants.
Okay.
That would have been a far off noise though, right?
It would have been, yeah. It would have been kind of, yeah. It would have been over a couple hundred feet away from where you guys were. You guys are currently resting in the structure.
Okay.
I will say at this point, as you guys are all kind of just chilling, relaxing, you, Tabex, you eventually finally get around to getting back to your stew. And it is cold, unfortunately, as you kind of temp taste it, or temp test it. But if you just want to take a full on chunk of that.
Yo.
All right, you go.
Oh yeah.
Bite in.
Yeah, as you dig into it, it's really gamey. There's like a meat in it, and it's kind of gamey. It's kind of, but it doesn't taste bad. It's seasoned. Like you can't really like tell like what seasonings they are, but it's like a little bit of spice to it. And there's like a couple other kind of there's a couple other things. And there's like a potato kind of texture and taste in there somewhere. Couple other things that you're not quite sure, but it comes together kind of nice. Besides it being cold. And as you're looking at it, though, you can kind of like, there's a time when you bite it, and there's kind of like a hardened piece, and you go to like, kind of take it out of your mouth, and it looks like there's like a green kind of scaly piece of skin that looks kind of familiar to the green, of the of some of the lizards outside.
Oh. I'll keep eating it.
Okay. Yeah, as you go ahead and you continue to eat it, Suvetha kind of calls over like, what do you think? Good? What are your critiques?
Pretty good.
Anything I could do better?
What's in here?
Well, fortunately, when I went out to do a little bit of gathering, especially for the firewood that I use to make this, there was a couple of these green lizards out there that I managed to snag up, and then I just used those and kind of mixed in a couple other bits of rations that I had, and yeah, managed to slap this together. It's all right. It's nothing too crazy, I guess.
Tastes pretty good to me. You made quite a bit. Why'd you make so much?
Actually, as he kind of looks over at this point, I mean, you've been working for a little bit, and you can kind of see that he kind of like uses the ladle and kind of scrapes the bottom of the soup, and I honestly didn't make too much. I didn't make as much as I'd planned to, but that's all right. My plan was to kind of have some make a decent amount and have some leftovers and probably just bed down here for a little bit, but it is what it is.
Yeah, plans changed. Are you coming down to grab your artifact with us?
Well, it depends. When are you all making your way down there?
Look at my wrist. 15 minutes or so.
He kind of looks around. Yeah, I think. I mean, if you guys are all willing to help, then I don't see why I can't make my way down there with you all. It's definitely better. Definitely, it's gonna be better for us to go down there together than for us to, go individually. Yeah. Trust me, I've been down there for a little bit of time by myself, and it is not strange. It is strange, the things you'll see, and I can't really describe it. All you'll have to do is experience it.
What about this necklace you see? What's it do? What's so special?
Make a persuasion check with advantage, I would say, since you guys are kind of broke bread here.
20.
20?
Natural.
20 persuasion?
Yep.
He kind of side eyes you. And I will say, as you guys get a little bit closer, kind of, as you Tabix especially, as you guys have gotten a little bit closer, you can see that he has some very kind of strong features. He has this kind of like nice cut kind of jawline. Has this kind of pointed, kind of protruding nose. His eyebrows are pretty thick, and so kind of looks like he's always kind of scowling a little bit. And you're not entirely sure if these kind of sharp features are because he's just like lean, or he's like malnourished and starving. But as you can see, his frame isn't super big. It's a little bit thinner than most. But as you say this, he kind of the hair, his blackened hair, for the most part, for the majority of these conversations, is kind of just stayed covering his face a little bit, not really doing too much mind to kind of brush it away, except for occasionally. And so now you kind of see large kind of portions and strings of it are kind of in front of his face, and looks down and kind of, well, what I'm told is that it'll help traverse the plains. Hopefully it'll shift me somewhere else from Shadefall. That way I can start anew somewhere else, hopefully. I'm not entirely sure. And he kind of goes and kind of reaches into a pocket and kind of pulls out and kind of unfurls this really well-worn kind of piece of parchment as he kind of holds it out to you, and you kind of see, and it's kind of this crude drawing of this kind of necklace, and you can see that there's it almost looks like a fork of some sort. Kind of this rough outline of a fork that kind of dangles down, but next to it you can see kind of some coloration of these like gemstones that are kind of inlaid next to it, and it's kind of like this, and it's all kind of attached on this kind of like thicker kind of piece of metal before eventually transitioning to like an actual kind of chain and like a necklace kind of fashion, or so I've been told it'll help. I mean, all I'm going off of is this drawing and what I've been told, speculation, so we'll see. And I guess I'll either find it and start a new life, or I'll die trying, and I guess it's not my problem necessarily anymore.
Yeah, well, it'll be a good time. 5 heads are better than 1. I'll see you in 15. I'll get up and walk away.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Excellent interaction.
Tiberius, is there anything else you'd like to discuss or say or do before this short rest is up?
Nah, that's it for me.
Okay. Would you guys like to have any sort of powwow huddle before the end and gather anything independently, or you guys want to just all mount up at the same time?
Well, where is everyone?
Just kind of scattered along the room. Here. Valdis is kind of on the landing, kind of midway up, and everyone else is just kind of around the room.
I don't do anything.
You just stand there. I will say though, you will need somebody. I would just assume my brother Valdis helped you take the mechanical arm off. Now it is fixed on the table. You need someone to kind of help you put it back on.
Oh yeah, I can help you with that.
Oh yeah, I'll go over to put it back on and ask Stalin for his help.
Okay, so you kind of go over to the table and you kind of brace on it as Stalin. You go ahead and just kind of pick up this heavy metallic arm. You kind of set it and kind of rest it using some of the tools with the guidance of your engineer. You reaffix the mechanical arm to the back of it, and you guys are all, and Tabix, you are all set to go with your with your arm fully functional once again. Now, I would say after about another, handful of minutes, you guys just relaxing, kind of bandaging your wounds. You guys do get the benefits of a short rest. If you guys would like to take and use any of your hit dice to regain any of your hit points, feel free to do so now. Any abilities that you guys have that get replenished on a short rest, just annotate those. And then once we're done rolling hit dice, then we can go ahead and carry on.
Okay.
Do you know how rolling hit dice works there, Eric?
Yeah, you like roll them, and then it's like how many hit points you get back.
Yeah, it's
You add your con.
Yeah, you add your con.
Can I retcon a use of my channel divinity for healing prior to the short rest?
Do you get it back on a short rest?
Yeah, I get one.
That's fine.
One use
That's
back
fine.
on a
Yeah,
short
yeah.
rest.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
What is the channel divinity?
Roll 1d8.
Okay, so everyone, hold on. Before you add your hit dice, go ahead and add this so that you guys aren't using hit dice that you don't need to.
I guess, yeah, let me use all my second win.
Just a second, let me make sure I read it
Roses
correctly.
down in your spamming powers.
Are we level 10? Yeah. I'm gonna roll 2d8, and then you also are gonna get
Who is
nothing
you?
from that one. Everybody. I think it's up to 6 people, so I can hit everybody with it.
Okay.
I should have had this figured out. Yeah,
That's
it's gonna
okay.
roll 2d8 plus 3. Sounds good.
All right, sounds good. And then if you guys need to use any other hit dice, cool.
So 10 health, everyone.
10 health,
Yeah.
nice. And
Nice.
your aid,
Huzzah.
your aid is.
What?
Bro, imagine if this dude had noise suppression off on Discord, bro.
Oh my. Okay.
That's so funny. Holy shit.
Thank the Jesus for noise suppression.
Plus
Age
10
should
plus.
last, right?
Oh wait, okay.
Say it again, Corey.
Aid should last, right?
Yeah. I
So
was just gonna let you know that aid has been up for I want to say 2 hours now. Well, it'll be 3 by the time your long rest is up, but you still have plenty of time with that. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
More for y'all. 5 more hours of 20 extra health.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Nice.
Okay, if everyone has finished allocating all. Oh, not yet. I see Todd rolling still.
Dudes will hear that and just say, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Let's
Hell
get
yeah,
rolling.
brother. Hell yeah, brother.
And
My
make
brothers are helling yeah.
Make sure you
Shut
get
up.
rid of your current hit dice. Make sure you decrease the current hit dice too for whatever you expend. Oh, Tiberius,
All right, Dad.
you barely used any or got hit at all throughout these instances, which will change that.
Yeah, I need to heal up a bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say you soaking
Thanks to my
damage.
captain.
Yeah, bro, this man said, "I'm putting a bomb in this tree." I think you've taken more damage by Tiberius than you've taken literally by anything else.
I would say at least equal.
It's just so funny.
5 hit dice down so far.
You're still rolling? Oh shit! Do you get your rages back on a short rest with as a barbarian?
No.
I don't think you do either.
No, I have 4 total. I've used 1.
Okay, that's still pretty good. Your eco, you're rolling
Right.
eco. Hey, is that right, Tiberius? You're going eco mode, CS:GO eco.
Eco build, bro.
Tiberius has been itching to release that 5th level spell, bro. I'm waiting for him to actually pull the trigger on that.
I'm waiting to blow up everybody.
Waiting to blow up and act like you don't know nobody.
Jared knows that spell, what the spell it is. It's gonna blow up.
The
Everybody.
universe.
The ocean.
They're gonna blow up the ocean.
Abracadabra the entire game. We're gonna go have to start a new run after this one, boys.
Abracadabra
New
the
strike
entire
team
game.
coming in hot.
Would you-
Okay, I used
I
8
need-
hit dice.
Oh shit! Are you back up to
I'm
full?
now full health. Full health.
Nice. What? How many you
I
used,
have a
Colin?
pr-
Go ahead. Do
I
it.
need to have a private
you-
conversation with the DM
You need to have it. When?
whenever you're available.
Is it like on stream or off stream?
On stream,
Okay,
sure.
okay,
No
okay.
stream snipers though.
No,
stream
Hold on.
snipers.
Okay, hold on. Let me go ahead. Hey, you guys finish out that. Let me go. We're going to the secrets. All right. Let me see.
What the hell?
Let's go to the
No
secret.
stream snipers.
Let's go.
Come on,
Let's
pull
go.
up the
Let's
stream
go.
right now.
Oh shit! I just clicked his name. All right, one sec. I have to re Yeah. All right, hold on. Let me go ahead and do my quick thing. Hold on. Hold on. Before we talk, I just got to get all this. Oh shoot! Hold on. I know people are pretty good. Like the homies are pretty good about not being cheeky. Let me go ahead and switch over to sidebars and secrets. Okay, it's just me, you, in here in this dark room, bro. What's up?
So, Mike, I'm just trying to understand the kind of the normal preference of why we're here is we're down in the depths because we're looking for this servitor, and we're here to carry out our normal mission of cleansing the filth, and kind of also keeping the shadefall things from ever touching the overworld, right?
Yeah. So I would say if you're talking about the general Inquisition,
the general Inquisition mission.
The mission statement of the Graveblade Inquisition is yes, it is to go into Shadefall, relocate and acquire, collect and relocate ancient eldritch artifacts. That way you bring them back to the material plane. It's kind of a two-way thing. So it's like, one, do you bring them back so they're not in the hands of the creatures and the individuals or entities in Shadefall, and then two, you bring them back for research purposes. That's kind of what like one of the big kind of selling points and kind of one of the big influxes of money into the Inquisition is because you have powerful like mages and sorcerers and arcane practitioners in the city above in Magdomus. They pay the Inquisition either for artifacts that the Inquisition deems like sellable or for the research that they find. To include, in addition to that, there are instances where, like, say, if there's like reconnaissance being done, and there's like an insane entity that, or like a creature, or like a being, or something that could potentially threaten, the material plane, or just is like malicious and is a threat, especially in like an operating area. Say like the Inquisition wants to operate within this certain realm of Shadefall, then you guys will terminate or exterminate that and allowing to kind of free things up. And also I would say to do that.
That's actually excellent information. That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah, and there's actually a lot of and there's actually been instances too where you guys will kind of inadvertently through reconnaissance and doing missions, you guys will find people like native individuals, like for instance fallen elves or along those lines, that like maybe they recruit you, or they're like, hey, could you help us do this, and then maybe they'll give you an artifact or they'll give you payment of some sort. So there has been kind of relations that you guys do with that as well.
Oh yeah, cool.
Sounds good. All right.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to know. Thanks, brother.
You're welcome. I'll see you back. All right, let's jump back over. Bro, what were you? All right, and everyone back up. Everyone back up. All right, sweet. Sounds good. Okay, so everybody roll their hit dice. Everyone move their mice. Everyone get their stuff done.
Yeah, I'm good. Feeling very nice.
Okay, so I guess at this point, you guys have all packed up your things. You guys at this point now, you can see Suvetha kind of has everything now reslung. He has this kind of his backpack. You can see his quiver, his bow are now over his shoulders. You can see his saber has now been kind of reattached to the hip. As you guys are now kind of all standing in this space, and Suvetha kind of. I guess in a way, you're probably assuming that I'm gonna need to take point, considering I have a little bit more familiarity with the Labyrinth.
I can take point. You can just guide me.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, I think that's probably for the best. Let's go. This way. As you guys now all kind of collectively make your way downstairs, and you now at this point see, kind of now looking for the first time into the steps that lead down into the earth. You guys, kind of looking down, and it's kind of strange because kind of farther down, not immediately within the steps, but as Dahlin, you kind of start to kind of step down on the hard kind of stone stairs leading downward. As you step down and go 1 to 2 steps, immediately on the left and right side of the stairwell down, you see these kind of purple flames kind of erupt out of these light fixtures, kind of these kind of not torch holders, but these kind of metallic kind of torch light holders, light fixation, light fixtures, sconces. Yes, you see like these purple light kind of on the left and right, and this stairwell's about 10 foot kind of wide as it goes down, and you see it as it kind of they all light and just follow down, and it goes for a distance. All you can see is it goes down and kind of towards the way, kind of just at the very end of your vision, you can see it kind of shift and transition from stair to something else. And as Dahlin, you bravely continue to make your way down there, as Zuvetha is behind and the rest of the party follows. We'll go ahead and take a break here. Take 10, 15, get ourselves some water, go to the bathroom, whatever it is. Same for everybody watching.
Make some pasta.
This guy's going to go in the kitchen and just start Gordon Ramsay Chef Boyardee in this bitch. Just go ahead and start cooking it up. But we will go ahead and see you all back here in about 10 to 15. Don't go anywhere because we will return shortly.
Thanks, gamers.
Hell yeah.
Every detail of
What
Act
the
1.
fuck are you still doing there?
I restarted because everyone wants to restart from level 1, so I've cleared both paths out of Act 1 on 3 different accounts.
Yeah, it sounds about
Welcome
right.
back. We're back. We're waiting on a couple more people, but now we're talking about Baldur's Gate. You see, that's why I haven't done that, Corey. Because I'm not gonna lie, I literally was like, I have a solo Baldur's Gate that I was like thought about playing one time, and I was like, it's not because like, nah. There also I'll do what you're doing, where you've started Act 1 17 times with 15 people.
Yeah.
And you'll never actually play the game.
It's really satisfying though when I get to go forward because like I'm following just one campaign. I get to bring my solo one to that point, so that's fun at least.
I have my
Okay.
one save, my single player save that I have like 80-ish hours on. I'm at this very start of Act 3.
Hell yeah.
Jeez.
Yo, Ibu, you here,
I
bro?
haven't played
I
it since
finally
like, a
restarted.
week or two after release.
Oh wait, what are you playing now?
I'm playing a bard.
Oh hell yeah, bro! This name is character Tiberius, and is now just
You know what my bard's name is?
Twinkle Toes.
Hard.
Tiberius.
Nah, nice, dude. He's living it out. This is in the before times.
Bro, spells are
shit.
broken.
Yes.
In Baldur's Gate, yes.
Bro, like, why would you ever play a melee champion when you could just cast a spell?
Bro says champion.
That's
No,
what I'm saying. Like,
wait,
why would
Todd,
you ever
come
play a
back.
melee class?
Yeah.
Like, why would you ever play a melee class when I could just
Because
have...
I can hit something 6 times in
Dude,
one
Yeah.
turn.
Nate,
I was gonna say,
what?
Barbarian's crazy.
Are you playing a monk or a
I'm
barbarian?
playing human fighter.
Oh, fighter.
Human fighter in Fantasyland, dude.
You
Human
see, bro,
champion
when
fighter.
are we doing the Baldur's Gate co-op run? Now that we're actual gamers.
Bro, soon. I don't know.
Now that we're actual gamers,
I'm not gonna
who
lie.
gamed it.
Now that I'm working again, it's kind of gonna be a little bit more hard pressed, but we'll find some time, my guy.
Well, we should stream it.
I was
I
was thinking about doing that, so I'll
and
get
we
back
do
to
just
you.
like 2-hour long sessions, so it's like also we don't get like caught up. We can actually take our time because we're not just like pressed.
You heard it here first, folks. Potentially our next segment in our Min to Max 20 YouTube channel is gonna be potentially Baldur's Gate with the goons. But
No, you just do like
goons
2-hour long
what?
sessions.
yeah,
and we
it's
just like
the campaign writes
Pilot
itself,
the goon
dude.
copter.
Okay,
ready
all right,
to,
let's do it.
You guys all ready to be back to level 1 when it comes out for Xbox?
yes,
I'm ready to.
I'll
ready.
make a million. The best part is making the character.
All right, are you guys ready to go into the Dread Labyrinth?
Wait,
Below?
when is it coming out for Xbox?
Shh,
No,
it's
let's
okay.
just-
It's okay.
Anywho.
Don't worry. All right. So, Dalin.
I'll go look that up.
No, how about you play D&D in front of you before you? Hey, we have D&D at home, okay?
Yeah, I'm for the boys though.
All right. So as Dalin, you're kind of lead. Oh, what's the marching order now?
Wait.
Colin.
Before we go in, well, I'll say something in a second.
Okay. One sec.
Dawn, then
Suvetha.
Suvetha. Yeah.
Souffle.
Souffle. All right, Dalin, Suvetha. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Who goes after Tabix? Who goes after Tabix in the marching order? Please,
Me.
anybody?
Oh, I thought it was
fucking
after
here.
Davis, it'll be me, and then Valdis. You want to hold up the rear again?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was implied.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna not. Well, yeah, it's implied until all of a sudden Tabix is taking 7,000% damage, and Valdis, you're like, why wasn't I in the front?
It was implied that I spawned behind the enemy.
Okay. Here we go. So, Dalin, as you make your way down these steps, one by one, as the kind of reverberation of the kind of heavy footfalls of your boots kind of echo across this narrow, descending staircase in a straight, interestingly enough, a kind of angled straight line down. As you guys
What
make
do I
your...
have illuminating in front of me?
You have currently, you have the kind of purple kind of sconces on the left and right side of this stairwell. Not like super bright, like it's not emitting a ton of light, but it is emitting like dim light enough to where you can see, and enough where you can make your way safely down if you would like to just rely on those, unless you'd like to switch that up.
I will ask Samantha or
Suvetha.
Yeah,
Samantha.
Suvetha. I will ask Suvetha to light a torch for me, either from my stash or their own or whatever, and then I'll have my mage hand carry it out in front.
Okay, sounds good. I can grab a torch one second as he goes ahead and kind of swaps his back to the front, kind of baby carrier style, pulls out a torch and he goes ahead and lights it quickly and hands it over to you, and then you cast mage hand.
As he has reached out, I'm gonna like his hand starts to glow purple, and then it just suddenly lifts out of his hand.
Okay, and he
has that like purple like mist around the base of the torch as it flies out in front.
As he,
because I've got my hands full.
I see that you are of arcane practice. Very nice. That should come in handy down here.
Multifaceted.
As that happens, I'm gonna cast Guardian of Faith and put a guardian at the top of the stairs.
Guardian of Faith, okay.
C.
Let me go ahead.
Essentially, it'll sit there for 8 hours and hit anything hostile that goes through it.
A large spectral guardian appears and hovers for the duration of occupation.
That's one way to use it. What the fuck?
Bro, nothing's
8
coming
hours?
down behind us. Yeah, it lasts 8 hours.
Oh,
That's
what I was
the
saying
last
at.
8 hours.
Okay, nice. Oh, Tiberius, I also wanted to remind you that you never did send that message that you wanted to relay to the bunker. If you'd like to do it now.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
No messages will be relayed.
The bunker can't do anything anyway.
Okay, so the Guardian of
fuck
Faith
'em.
at the top of the stairs, right? At top.
Yeah, I just want to make sure no one can pass the stairs. So how?
Right, yeah, and so go ahead and describe to me briefly kind of how the Spectral Guardian appears, like visually, if you'd like to.
Yeah, I in my mind, I don't think it says it. I imagine it's more of a huge creature, kind of twice the size of a normal person, more thicker, but indistinct. So more of kind of like, not a smoke, kind of like a particle,
like a spirit in a way, like a spirit.
Yeah,
like
a spirit, more of a spirit looking thing, and then it just has a big old shield and sword.
Hell yeah! Okay, sounds good. Yeah. So as you're kind of one of the as you kind of step down, you go ahead and you kind of just apparate in front of the space, the Spectral Guardian, as it then kind of as you all descend this down the stairs. Tiberius and Valdis, you both very you guys see this as he does this before you guys all descend down, as the spectral guardian now just kind of apparates and now is just floating in this space, just defending it. As you guys begin to descend down the stairs, it kind of occupies the space over top of the stairwell, as you now are all...
I'll turn and look at it and then keep going.
Okay. So, as you all continue to climb deeper and deeper, I wouldn't say climb, descend deeper and deeper underground. A couple minutes goes by and you guys are still walking. It's probably about 5 minutes, and it appears you guys are probably about halfway down now.
How narrow are the stairs?
They're about 8 to 10 feet wide, and there's a little bit of headroom. Not like super, not a ton.
The stairs themselves, are they narrow? Are they wide?
Oh, they're thankfully like, I would say a little bit steeper than a normal stair, but nothing like super uncomfortable. So yeah. And as you guys make your way down, another 5 or so minutes for a total of 10 whole minutes, roughly.
Is it just straight?
Pound scimitar.
600 seconds.
Is it spiral or is it just a straight descent?
It is just a straight angled 45-ish, not 40, it depends on the angle, but it is a straight just slope down.
It's a Stairway to Mordor type.
Yeah.
Are there any trap doors on the sides of the staircase?
Make a perception check for me. As Dallin, you're making your way, making no investigation checks to see if anything's trapped.
Are there any
Hey man, I'm just walking
perception
forward.
or
I got my shield
investigation?
up.
I'll look for
either way.
places where things can hide.
Perception is looking, investigation is like touching. So, and like they kind of go hand in hand a little bit, but it's like what you're primarily relying on. So you can choose. I would say it's not touching and seeing. It's more like depth to what you're doing. Like perception is like glances and stuff. Investigation is like you're getting in there, really looking. What'd you roll?
I am seeing 17.
17. And what are you looking for specifically? So I know.
Is it like a smooth wall, or are there like
Yeah, no, it's a
cracks,
smooth wall.
crevices, crannies? There's nowhere anyone can hide.
It's strange because as you're walking down, everything is, as you're looking and you're specifically looking around, the structure up above was kind of crude. It was still a structure. It still had integrity to it, but it was kind of crude and it was aged. These walls are smooth with this black kind of stone, black and kind of grayish, kind of dark stone. And then these sconces are nice. Like they are of a nice kind of like bronze kind of copper material. Like kind of weirdly clean. These purple motes of light that are illuminating this space they don't have a source necessarily. They just kind of float. Like the only reason why this kind of sconce has any sort of housing is just to kind of like contain the flame itself in a kind of natural way, even though the flame itself is unnatural. The stairs themselves have no indication of deterioration. It's weird. As you guys continue down, eventually, after a little bit of time, you touch down to the bottom of this long stairwell. And as you do so, you're within this kind of rectangular chamber, not super large, probably about maybe 15 or so, 20 or so feet to the left as it jets out, about 15, 20 or so feet to the right as the walls kind of continue on left and right, and then across the way, probably about maybe 30, 40 feet in this rectangular kind of shape, you are now in this kind of parlor. There is a rug going from the stairwell kind of base toward the middle of the room, and then it splits, one continuing straight into two to the left and the right as they go up to these doors. The left and the right, these doors are kind of this dark, kind of blackened wood. You see that they have these kind of large, kind of circular. They look almost like knockers. They look kind of like.
Did I hear knocker?
They kind of look like knockers, but they appear to be probably more of like handles that you can use to manipulate the door itself. The left and right, the doors are probably about, kind of normal size, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe about, probably 6-7 feet tall. They are double doors. They're kind of sloped a little bit. But in front of you are these massive, massive doors. Probably double in both height and width, double set. And then above this door,
Double what?
double doors. Like there's two doors. Like there's two of them kind of butted up against each other. And
Double in height, double in width of what?
oh, of the doors to the left and the right. So like those ones are still a little bit bigger than an average door. These ones are like twice those size. And these also have similar kind of in construction with the handles. Well, actually, no. Those ones that kind of have like the rings. These ones have like the up and down kind of cylindrical kind of individual kind of things, handles. And then across both doors are these kind of protruding studs that just line the entire thing. Above, kind of etched in this kind of scraggly, kind of weird, strange looking writing, it says the Dread Cage. And like a plaque kind of esque style.
The Dread Cage?
The Dread Cage. And as you all kind of step into this space, Suvetha kind of, so I came, and as he gestures over to the right doors, I came from the right, before I found this kind of landing and eventually made my way up the stairs to the location that you guys, we kind of met. However, as he kind of gestures to the Dread Cage door that's or the doors that are labeled the Dread Cage. However, I did take a glance into there, and it is foul. It is strange. It is almost like an arena of some sort of these, and it's this entities, humanoid creatures, and alien creatures, and just amalgamation of all these different kinds of creatures come together, and they watch these fights that they host. It is strange. It's like a coliseum or an arena of some sort. Thankfully, when I entered in, I went relatively unnoticed, but it appears that other worldly entities reside there and do business or whatever it is. So I do not suggest that we go that way, and I do not care to find necessarily the other end or the exit leading deeper into the labyrinth, because I am fearful that they might see me and pit me in the arena.
Bro,
So.
this guy can barely talk. I look at him and says, anyone from your party in the arena? Were any of them caught and captured?
No, I've been alone for longer than I've been here.
Huh. Oh, okay.
The only way to the actual labyrinth is through the arena?
No, so I have, and he gestures over to the right doors. He said I came from that direction, and I made my way here. I only checked out the Dread Cage, mainly from curiosity, and then I went up to, find some sort of respite. I have not been down the left path, so...
Imagine no one wants to go to the beatdown bar brawl.
Everyone make history checks for me.
There could be answers.
History check 19. Yeah, it's 19 on the Tiberium.
Okay.
19 on the
Valerium.
Volridium. On Volridium.
16. Tabix, you're just kind of caught up in everything, kind of listening to Suvetha kind of explain all this. Everybody else, he gestures to the left, and I would say everybody, Dallin, Valdis, and Tiberius, you all remember and recall from the briefing you had that the normal reconnaissance protocol for any sort of structures or interior space that a automaton is going to be kind of surveying, it usually starts to the left and starts just working in that motion. Usually it's left and then starts going in whatever order, like left and then clockwise. And so the only thing you could kind of assume from this is that the automaton probably came down here and more than likely went left through those doors. Just off basic protocol.
Would it avoid direct contact with, say, creatures down here?
Yes, it would. If it can.
If it was scouting and it was to sense the arena through the door, it wouldn't just proceed in there.
It would not. The automatons, they are not like vocal. A lot of the stuff that they relay is generally through just like it's just through kind of just communications, like telepathic communications in a way. It's like interpretation of thought more than it is actual like words per se. It cannot speak necessarily. And And the main way that you guys get information from the automatons is based off like sensors and arcane kind of things that like that sense the area and then kind of store the information, and then you guys translate it, or the operations kind of department translates this kind of stuff. That's why a lot of this stuff was a little bit difficult for you guys to have any sort of clear indication, only because the automaton never came back. Though it was able to relay certain things, it was able to relay that it found some sort of artifact. It said, it relayed certain things, but it was not able to relay, everything. And that's why these automatons, they do usually avoid any sort of any interactions if possible. Now, I will say, you, Brother Valdis, having kind of thinking this through, and with your passive perception, you do realize that Suvetha does mention like a gladiator arena coliseum. It is quiet. There is no residual noise in this space. Like, there is nothing to indicate that there would be anything beyond that door that he's explaining.
Range. With that history, can I roll? Should I re-roll? Is this something like a team has run into before? Because I'm assuming like we're recovering artifacts. We're not like interacting with whatever civilization is down here, right?
So this is the first time the Dread Labyrinth of Kelvakran, which is what Suvetha has told you this place is, has not been discovered by the Inquisition. This is the first time you've heard of it.
I mean, something similar.
Something similar?
Like a team.
Okay, go ahead.
Like a team looking for an artifact wouldn't just like, say, proceed into... If there's like a city.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I would say usually there's discretion with a lot of your guys' stuff if you are to interact with any local populace or creatures, only because generally just more interaction causes more like speed bumps when it comes to getting to the thing you want, and sometimes the thing you're being sought out to collect is like maybe a relic of a like population or something. So it's probably best not to have any interaction. So
is that a thing though? Is there like because I'm assuming if there's populations that live down here, there'd be some sort of market. Does the Inquisition buy artifacts or technology and say like a market? Maybe undercover.
It's team discretion. Captain discretion. If your captain of your strike team thought it would benefit the operation, then you can go about it. Like, what I'm saying? Like there is certain like kind of rules and stuff that you guys follow when it comes to doing your operations, but generally the captain of the strike team is the one to approve and kind of execute certain things based on kind of what the mission needs and how the path of least resistance in acquiring and completing the operation.
So like it wouldn't be off the table, right? It'd pretty much just be anything goes.
I would say it's not unless you talk to Tiberius and he says hell no.
No, I'm talking about like Inquisition practice.
If you went back and said, "Yo, you guys, we went to a market and like dressed up and like disguised ourselves and found information," they wouldn't be like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And they'd be like, "Cool, thanks for bringing back the thing." Or if maybe like people, if you guys, it just depends. It's not like ill practice.
Don't do it in lieu of the mission.
I guess what I'm getting at is
what do you want, brother?
Well, what I'm asking is,
you want to put a wig on, Brother Valdis?
No, it's like going into Shadefall, going through a rot mire swamp, going down to a labyrinth, and finding a coliseum with weird entities fighting each other. Is that weird?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Shadefall, dude, you're asking like, okay, no, yes. I mean, like, it's not weird to find like locals. It's not weird to find like, Shadefall is a desolate place and there is crazy shit. Like, I would say it's not like a shitty, poisonous, fog-ridden, festering woods is, I wouldn't say out of the realm, but now you've learned that there's a labyrinth of some kind, and this, I would say this is outside the scope normally.
There's a lot of freaks.
There's a lot of shit.
I'm going to approach Suvetha.
Okay.
And I would say, is it all like this? The labyrinth.
Honestly, the strangest thing about the Labyrinth of Dread is that each room appears to be kind of an individual environment. sometimes when I was traversing my way here, I would find that some of the rooms would correlate if they were in tandem or next to one another. But generally, the rooms themselves are almost within their own space, if that makes sense. And if as soon as we traverse one of these doorways, you'll see it's not a regular connecting hallway that you experience from room to room. It is unique, and he kind of gestures. I'm assuming we're gonna go this way. If you guys want to see what I mean.
I want to go left.
Yeah, he's gesturing to the left path.
Yeah. I say yeah. Yes. Agreed.
Okay.
Roger Dodger.
Brother Dolan.
Was that? Was that, Baldus?
Your vision. How did the room appear?
It was more of like a cathedral type room, wasn't it?
It was like a grand kind of hall with these large supporting pillars and kind of this large kind of, it'd be like a cathedral hall of some sort. It was kind of a large kind of space. And in the center of it was this kind of elevated portion where this kind of pyramidal kind of object of sorts kind of floated in time, kind of, or in space, kind of just shifting back and forth.
Yeah, it was more of a cathedral. Unless they've repurposed a cathedral, I don't see why it would match descriptions for any sort of coliseum.
Has anyone looked inside the door?
No, you guys are kind of just are at the base of the stairs, just kind of standing there as Suvatha kind of explains this, and you guys are kind of just at the entrance of this.
We should not dilly daddle.
I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy,
Dowel.
and that's gonna fly open the door.
What?
As you do
What?
so, the door kind of like
For real?
the door kind of
The door is locked.
Let us leave
Okay.
the door.
What can I roll for insight perception?
I mean,
notice
you,
that.
Yeah, well, you see Tabix kind of lift his hand and speak the spell, and you can hear the door kind of rattle.
Why are
I
you
see
trying
the
to
door.
open that door?
As you okay, you want to try
You
to
just
open it?
said we should make haste.
As you go, Tiberius, to open the door, as you grab it and you
Oh.
open it. Wait, what are you doing? Is that what you're doing?
I'm so stupid. Yeah, no, I'm so stupid. Sorry, Tavix, for being an asshole. Yeah, I go to open the
I'm
door.
used to it.
Okay.
You're opening a left door, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, as you go ahead and you open up the left door, it does move open with relative ease. But as Tiberius goes and opens it, you see him get shunted through, and the door closes behind.
I run through
The door is closed.
immediately.
Okay,
Wait,
see,
what?
Well, is it a push
what?
door?
it's
I
a
imagine it's a
pull.
push.
It's a pull.
No, it's a lift.
It's a
Pull down.
Tiberius, you went to
bodies
open the
slam the
door.
door.
You opened the door to obviously to look within, and you were immediately forced with resisting or not, you're immediately drawn in, and as you were drawn in, the door slammed behind you as you're
Wait, can I not make a Constitution save or a saving throw?
Nope.
you were caught off guard. You literally were like, okay, I'm gonna open this door, and you're shunted through.
Humbug.
Would
Yeah,
Your captain is now out of this room.
I run.
Would-
I go through immediately.
Yeah.
In my
What
mind,
in the heck?
in my mind, would someone in the party have like some way of setting a tracker? that
Captain
we could
Tiberius is
follow back?
just dying, bro. Go ahead, Valdis. What's up?
So does anyone on our team have like a tracker as to like where we could place like a waypoint to follow back to?
I would say yeah, like for Captain Tiberius, because his like kind of arm kind of equipment pad, it has like a compass. It has the trajectory of the drop pod as long as things weren't damaged, which thankfully they weren't. And then there are kind of these like circular tracking kind of beacons you can place. You only have 5 of them, but you can place them, and they are waypoints that you can kind of like they're like places. Then it'll like populate on his tracker, and you can like guide you back to the location.
He has all of them.
I would say, Tiberius, would you have your trackers, or would you put them in the main bag?
I'd probably hate. I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna be fair and say I have them. I have them all on me.
Can I reach in the bag and pull out the magic string?
Did you say magic string?
Yeah, I tie it into one of the sconces.
Do you have magic string in the bag?
Yes.
You have rope in the bag.
I have magic string to lead me to the labyrinth to defeat the Minotaur.
No, bro, you have rope, generic rope.
Damn it.
Tapix, I will say.
Well, anyway, that was a split second through my mind. I will sprint to the door.
Tapix, you next. Are you doing anything other than opening the door and following suit?
Wait, Todd, that whole thought was 1 second in your brain.
That was a millisecond.
I will cast Thaumaturgy again on the way in, but to increase my voice 3 times as loud.
Okay, so as you open the door, what do you say?
Nothing. I just my voice when I do go to use it.
Oh, okay. So you open it, and you are Stalin and Valdis. You see Tabix open and get like just, and it's this time kind of now paying attention. You can see almost like parts of his skin and kind of like clothes. It kind of almost seems like, you know, like when a vacuum almost get like vacuumed up, and it almost becomes like kind of like almost like energy. It's just it like strings out as it gets warped in. If that makes sense, you know.
I guess a teleporter wouldn't be the weirdest thing we've seen, right? Kinda.
Kinda.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
That's what
With
you. If that's what your.
Anyways,
I'll say.
to answer your question, Mr. Tiberius, when you get sucked through the doorway, my thought is about trackers.
Well, that's
and then I will run to the door.
Okay. As you
I will say, what's that dude's name again?
Suvetha.
Suvetha. I was like, come Suvetha. We'll sprint to the door.
Right behind you. You sprint to the door. Dallin, you go next as you.
Yeah, I'll pull up the rear.
Okay.
Suvetha goes in.
Suvetha goes in, and finally, Dallin. Tiberius. For having been the first to go through this door, as you got sucked off into this door, you are immediately thrust, and you kind of stumble a second as you kind of gather your bearings as you were caught off guard as you were launched through this doorway. And as you're kind of standing in this space, it is hallway in construction. Like it is like a rectangular kind of hallway leading farther in. However, you're kind of in this dark blackened space that has like these kind of twinkling purple lights, almost like a skyline. Like a night sky, kind of surrounding you. But you can tell like that, like the wall, it curves and it cuts, and it's shaped like a rectangular hallway. But you're now in this kind of like void-like space. And you can see it
roll.
And you can see as it
Can I
continues.
have activate my flashlight?
You don't have a flashlight. You have the
Okay.
You can get like a torch out, or you have like a lantern.
Can I cast Prestige blah blah and have a flame, like cast and have like a flame in my hand, like a little, like not like a flame, but like a small like lighter, like a little lighter flame, like a snap.
Well, so there's like an actual cantrip that is produce flame. So I will say that this one will not allow you to do that. But you would definitely have like torches and like a lantern on you if you want to quickly get into your bag and light one of those bad boys up.
Yeah, I get out my torch and I snap my fingers and light the torch.
Okay, so yeah, with prestidigitation, I believe that you can light a flammable thing, right? With press.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Yeah, you light or stuff out a candle, a torch. Yeah, so easily enough as you pull it out, you snap your finger, it lights up, And now this torch is now illuminating this dark kind of void-like space, and you can now see more clearly the walls to the left and right, the floor underneath you, and the roof kind of above. This hallway is about probably 8 to 10 feet wide, probably roughly the same kind of height as you're kind of looking around in the space, and you can see it goes farther down, and I would say probably about roughly, I'd say 50, 60 feet down the way, you can see another set of doors, similar to the doors you passed through. And I will say, as you're standing here, you see the doors behind you that you went through. They're closed and like firmly shut. I also in this kind of darkened space too, with like these kind of like twinkling purple lights, you can see that's like kind of etched around the border of the door. You can see these kind of faint runes kind of etched along the border of the door.
Well, can I pull out my arm pad thing and see if I can find the servitor's signal at all?
As you pull out the arm pad, there is no indications. Oddly enough, because you have the drop pod location on your arm pad. You have the compass kind of on it as well. The drop pod location is directly on your location. The compass is like swirling, trying to triangulate, and it's not finding north.
Huh. I roll history, insight on the runes. Whatever.
Actually, I'm pretty sure I said at the beginning of all this that the compass was predetermined to a north trajectory, so that would actually not be the case. But still, what were you gonna say?
Can I roll history on the runes?
You can roll history. History is kind of to like determine like you can roll history arcana.
Oh no, I want to know what it means.
Arcana, you'd roll arcana for sure.
Okay, I'll roll arcana, bro. 1 sec. Oh, that's a natural 20, baby.
Natural 20. All right, cool.
Nice.
Real quick.
Yo.
So as you walk over and you start to inspect the runes, and you start to discern. Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
Those
Got a 13.
13. As you go over and you're inspecting, immediately, boom! Tabix runs right into you as he's thrust through the door and smashes into you as you both kind of stumble to the floor, kind of one on top of another.
Y'all better move when I come through.
As you now are both kind of on the ground as you just car collisioned into each other. Torch kind of falling onto the floor.
As I come in, are you okay? With my voice.
Oh, are you okay at point blank range? Just reverberates into his ears. Yeah.
I'm like I cover my ears and say yes. Cut that shit out.
Then I'll say sorry, which again would be loud, and I'll end the spell.
Sorry. It's like reverberates through this space, and then it stops. Yeah.
Oh, we
Wait,
should move.
How much bludgeoning damage do they take if I run into them?
We'll just see if they move. But that Tabex does say we should move.
1d6.
As you both kind of get back up to your feet,
1d100.
are you both moving out the way this time?
1d1.
I'm moving away from the door.
Okay. Don't worry. Your natural 20 will still hold up, Tiberius. But you do go ahead and back up as shortly after Tabix runs through, a very large Brother Valdis as the doors smash open and you kind of stumble through. I will say, with your high passive perception of 18, Tiberius, as you look kind of through and catch a quick glance, the door, like when the door opens and immediately closes, there's just more darkened kind of black space, like night sky space beyond. Like it doesn't show you the other room that you guys were just in.
Okay.
But then Valdis, as you stumble in.
And Dawn not far behind him.
Yeah.
It's just like a weird. Is this similar to the squelching void that I was in?
No, that was a different kind of slurp, bro. That was some other shit. Dahlin, you as the doors open and you tumble through. Shortly after him, Suvetha, as you guys are now all kind of collectively in the space. Suvetha, curiously, just without issue, kind of comes through and just finds stability quickly as all of your party members in the team kind of have to get your kind of the feet underneath you. But yeah, you guys now all stand within this this hallway of sorts.
I'm gonna cast thaumaturgy. Wait, can I see the door on the other side of the room?
You can. I said I'm gonna cast
thaumaturgy and
thaumaturgy.
try to open it.
Okay, as you go to open it.
I suspect that other door will do something similar. I'll say that to the party.
I suspect you're right.
Can I roll perception for the room?
Yeah, if you'd like to, go ahead.
I'm looking for intriguing artifacts. 18.
You look around the room, and you can say safely after a quick glance that there is nothing intriguing in regards of artifacts in this space. However, Tiberius, you go. Oh, go ahead.
Is there anything intriguing about the room?
I would say you're looking around. You do see Tiberius step back up to the door frame, kind of the border of the door, and you kind of see that he's peering at something, and then you all kind of, well, I would say you all this kind of taking an intentional glance here. You can see the faint runes on the border of the door. Tiberius, do you hear?
Yeah.
As you go up to the runes, with a natural 20, yeah, they asked it. You would find that these runes, and that it's just years of your time in seeing Eldritch, Arcane, and just ancient magic, and just all sorts of different kind of realms of the arcane here in Shadefall. You would know that these are like anchoring runes that are that are holding this space together. As they're and I would say even with a natural 20, you would know that this that a majority of these runes are helping anchor this kind of halfway space, kind of in this connecting kind of strange hallway space. You would also know that portions of these runes, you can't really determine which are which, but you know that portions of these runes are probably unique to this door. Think of it kind of like a serial number. These runes are teleporting or projecting you into the space you would assume that you just came from.
Yeah.
From this kind of intermediary space.
Okay.
As it grounds it as well.
Okay.
So
see.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, okay. Cool. That information is useful.
Suvetha's gonna be like, so now you kind of have an understanding as to what I mean. But these hallways are pretty consistent across the labyrinth. Like I said, there are some instances where this isn't the case, and there are some connecting rooms that do kind of share a common theme. But when you're kind of getting launched from strange room to strange room, these are pretty standard for us to, for me, now us to encounter.
I see.
So these rooms are normal?
Yes, these are the kind of the bridges between one room to the next.
So we're probably safe to go out that next door. As safe as going through any door.
I would say, yes, exactly. I would say now we're in unknown territory. If we were going the way I'd game, I would be able to be a little bit more, helpful. But now we're all in the ringer together, as they say. So,
I see.
Well, we'll follow your lead, Robin Strom.
He just looks at you and kind of furrows his.
I forgot his name.
Yeah, hey, you guys could write the name down so you can.
Yeah, what the hell?
You can
What's his name so I can write it down?
Yeah, it's Samantha.
Samantha.
Robin Strom.
Dude, it's lasagna. No, it's Suvetha. Suvetha. I can write it in the fucking.
Suvetha.
I can write it in the fucking chat.
Someone write that down.
I've
I
already
thought
written
it
it
was
down.
Somdalam.
Samdala.
Zimbabwe.
Bro, bro. Connor, have you ever watched this, bro? Help. DMs would know. Shut the Corey, you DM'd a couple
Serial
games.
number.
This man said cereal box.
Yeah, his name was Cereal
Look
Head.
for the back of the nearest cereal box.
I'll
That-
I'll motion towards
Savant.
Fucking.
I said you wrote it down.
Yeah.
I did.
David,
I
where's
went
it
to my
at, though?
notes.
Where's it at, though? Where's it at, though?
Oh, man.
Anyway,
I'll let you figure it
Alright,
out.
so I'll motion towards Suveta and I'll ask. So, and the door now.
I mean, unless you want to hang out in this space, I think that's the only way we can go.
Captain, I'm going through, and I'm gonna go through the door.
Okay.
Following your lead.
As you
I
guys
follow.
make your way to the other door, and Dahlin, you just going through.
Yep.
As you open the door, similarly, you get thrust through. The door closes swiftly. As you all, is the marching order changing? Are you guys wanting to enter in a different way?
Can I cast guidance on Dahlin before he goes through?
Sure.
Nice, I do that.
I will say, as you do so, your
Guidance works. Extra planar.
I want to say guidance is concentration. If I'm not mistaken, let me go ahead and look it up real quick. It is concentration for 1 minute.
It is.
You cast it on him. He steps through. Your concentration is immediately broken.
No, do I have to be near him or see him?
Got him.
Or on the same plane of existence?
Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Concentration across planes of existence is kind of strange. So,
Bro said I gotta be on the same plane. This is an outrage.
That's wild.
oh man,
Yeah, bro, that's crazy.
I have to exist in the same world as him. Fuck.
Tavix, you want to follow? You want to follow suit after him immediately?
Yeah, I'll follow.
All right,
They got to buff guidance. They got to buff guidance the next edition.
For real.
They really got to buckle down the interplanar.
Interplanar guidance.
The necklace he's looking for probably buffs guidance.
Yeah, probably.
Tavix unconventionally in a fit of rage killed the hired help because he thought it would buff his spells. Okay.
Yes.
So it's gonna go Dahlin, Tavix. Dahlin, you go through. Tavix, you shortly after. Who's going third? Seeing hesitation,
no one's
Suveta.
going.
I'm going.
Oh,
Oh.
man.
I mean the marching order, so I go and then
Yeah, same marching
Valdez-
order.
No, the
Valdez
marching order was
Valdez-
disrupted because Tavix jumped ahead,
Oh.
and
Okay,
so
then-
and Suveta is
Well,
not
then
being.
Suveta-
I point to the door. Suveta needs to go.
Valdez and Tiberius, you guys hesitate, and Suveta kind of looks at you, and it's like an awkward moment of silence as he just goes over the door and grabs it and then goes through. Okay.
Gap up Tiberius.
Hell yeah.
Then I
Hey, roll the
dab
dap.
him up.
Roll the dap. 2 d20s. Roll the dap. The closer
You
you guys
gotta hit the exact same number.
That's 20.
the
Let's go.
closer you get to each other's numbers,
Oh,
the better the dap.
I got 2.
I got
Oh,
20.
shit.
I smash you across the room. Boom.
Bro, and that 20 is an auto
Valdez
success
and
dap.
Tiberius do worst dab ever. Asked to leave strike team straight.
Yeah. No, yeah, Todd. But
Damn.
no, like Todd would say, I get smacked across the room.
Yeah.
Bro,
20
hold on. Retcon. I gestured to the door for you, and you think I'm dapping you up. So then you're all awkward. And then now you gotta go to the door.
Oh my god. I look at the after this awkward situation, after my hand's been all around, I'm like, I just turn away and go through the door.
Okay. You go next, and then Valdez, you go.
Alright, I'll do one last check and then go through the door.
With your passive perception being 16, you can do one last check.
Like I just turn around and look and
Yeah.
then go through.
Yeah, and you just go through. Nothing. Yeah. As you all get slurped through the room, Dahlin, you go first, so you'd see all this immediately as you kind of come through, and you're getting a little more familiar, kind of catching yourself, still stumbling a bit. First thing you notice as you're stumbling forward and you're looking down. Actually, I apologize, because you would not notice this. Well, no, you would, but in a different way. So as you stumble, the floor itself tries to like take hold of your feet. In the sense, not like in a living entity, but like there's something sticky and there's something that's kind of like thick to the floor material. However, your boots, thankfully, kind of just easily kind of wick it off, and you kind of step and you can hear this like kind of squishing of the ground. Tabix, you kind of stumble forward, one foot kind of gets stuck, and then the other one steps, and then the other one comes free after a second, and you kind of stumble, and then you barely, Dolan, you kind of...
Then his boot comes off and he falls forward.
It's just, you can feel the boot kind of start to go. Dolan, make a dex save to see if you can save this man from falling on the ground.
Dex?
Dex, yeah.
Dexterity saving throw?
Dexterity. Or you can let him fall. I would assume you wouldn't want to do that, though.
Yeah, I'll go. It's not going to end well.
He said thank you.
Let him cook.
Can I add? No, I can't. 14.
14? That's fine. No, you're good. Like, he's, like, right next to you. You just kind of stabilize him. Tabix, you're... Thankfully, you fixed your arm, or that probably would have went a little differently with the undistributed weight. As you kind of... But you, Tabix, as you kind of... You go to, like, lift your feet, there's this thick... sticky kind of liquid kind of coating on the floor that holds your feet kind of down. Like you can still like with some strength you can kind of pick them up, but it holds you and it tries to keep you locked in place. Both of you look around the room, and apart from this floor, you can see on the left and right wall this just multiple shelves, probably 3 or 4 shelves going up about 10 to 15 feet tall of just skulls. These shelves are just like not like one skull on a shelf. It's like 4 or 5 like tall, maybe 4, 5, 6 deep of these skulls as these shelves rise up on the left and right side of this room. It is at that moment that Suvetha kind of comes through, and even he is caught off guard by this floor as he kind of as he kind of shits as he kind of gets his bearings and kind of what the fuck, what is this? And then he kind of remembers to kind of shift off to the side as next Valdis and Tiberius, you now are all you guys briefly after kind of coming through.
Are you telling me this place is still surprising you?
Yes, and that should not be a reassuring thing.
Yeah.
This, and then so you can see that the space that you guys are occupying, so it's about 15 to 20 feet wide between the left and right wall. So there's a little bit of space between the walls. And like I said, the shelves of these skulls goes up about 10 to 15 feet. And as you look across down the way, you can see that the room goes on for almost about 125, 150 or so feet, as it's just this long hallway going straight to another set of doors.
What's on the floor?
I will say is you still have the torch you had, Dolan. I would say that you still you can mage hand it again, but you still are holding it. And then Valdis, I'm assuming you have your light on, your one kind of bright kind of light.
My one dinky light.
Your one dinker.
Dip my fingers into the floor to kind of investigate, see what it is.
Oh yeah, do my feet sink, or is it like just sticky at the surface?
They don't sink. Like there's a little bit of depth to it, but like maybe like half an inch. It's not like you're not like falling, sinking in. You're just, it's like there is a layer of this on the ground. Tabix, you go ahead and kind of I would say not kneel, you kind of squat and you go to touch it, and as you touch it, you can feel kind of the energy, kind of the life force of your hand as it kind of gets stark, and it kind of just, your hand kind of temperature drops suddenly, like in the fingers that you kind of go to interact with it, as it drops suddenly, and it kind of like almost immediate like kind of frostbite kind of feeling comes into your fingers. You
look like you're rolling.
You take 2 points of necrotic damage.
Oh shit!
As you touch this with your
dick beaters.
I'm gonna, obviously be hurt and say, "Ouch! Don't touch that."
Suvetha kind of steps back and like, well, on this, well, I feel like we should probably make our way across. If I learned anything, we don't want to be in these rooms for longer than we have to. So I think we should probably go. I would like Tabix, your passive perception. Also, with your clerical background, as you're looking around, you see occasionally within these skulls, you see red lights like a light up of red kind of like flare in a skull and then dissipate. But then as you're looking, you see that, you're like, okay, and then you see another one kind of, and you can now see across this room, you see just these different flares of these eye sockets of red light coming from the skulls.
Yeah, I think something knows we're here. Those skulls are acting funny. Combined with this floor, it gave me some bad energy. I think something knows we're here.
Let's keep going.
Okay. So as you all start to go, as you all kind of, for the purposes of this, the ground is difficult terrain. Dahlin, not for you.
Mm-hmm.
Tabix, what would you like?
Does when I touch the floor, does it seem like it's magical in any way, or is it just kind of a slime?
Make an Arcana check for me.
12 minus 2 plus 3, 13.
13. I would just, with a 13, that's not bad. I would say that it's kind of hard to tell, but off your first glance, kind of your understanding, it does not seem magical. It seems like it is just like, it is like some ooze or something of death, some death eminence of ooze or something. It seems like it is not arcane or magical. It does seem like it is, I wouldn't say living, but it's like a material. It is organic matter, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Valdis, with that, as you all go ahead and start to trudge your way through, as you all are now kind of stepping through this sludge, and it is in the difficulty that it causes. Dahlin, what are you doing? Dahlin, you are free to move as you want. So are you just going to rush ahead, or are you going to stay with the group?
I'll be moving forward, just keeping my eyes out. But yeah, I'll just be moving forward, scouting ahead, get to the door, and then stop.
Okay, sounds good. So as you go ahead and you're making your way forward and you're scouting ahead, you're walking up ahead, kind of looking to the side, and as Tabix is kind of called out, you can see these skulls kind of illuminating the eye sockets, the red energy, kind of illuminating. Let's say it's probably about everyone else struggling behind you, just kind of trying to pry their way through this thick sludge.
Also, I should say, they don't baseline give me immunity to difficult terrain. I should say that. It's only when they're activated.
It's only when they're activated?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna call that good then. I will say this. How about this? So to activate him, you get those other properties. When not activated, 24 hours, they have like an arcane battery that does wick away, give you difficult terrain nullification. So you're good.
Okay.
So we'll just go ahead and do that because that is just cooler. So
Retcon.
Let's go.
So those are active for 24 hours before their arcane batteries are depleted, and they no longer give you that kind of passive trait. But for now,
or until it's out of charges, because there's only 2 charges.
The charges are kind of it's a little bit different. You'd still get those properties after you use your charges. Yeah, so you're fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you get that for 24 hours. Just like for your reactive warding, when you use that, you still have that for 24 hours. It's just based off the last thing you chose is what it kind of just sustains, and then it dissipates. Yeah. Make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Me?
Yes.
No.
That'll be...
You're so young.
15?
15. As you're walking, and you make it about almost, you're just like, just before halfway as you're walking, you're kind of looking back to keep in check your compatriots. And as you look back, all of a sudden, right in front of your face, there's a skull. Eyes. It's just a flaming kind of bright red kind of arcane energy to them as it kind of, as you like swap it away, as you go to swash it, like kind of swipe it away, thankfully, You kind of throw it, and it kind of dissipates off to the side. And everyone behind you do see Dallin kind of looking like, oh, just keeping tabs on you. All of a sudden he swats, and you can kind of hear his heavy breathing as this jump kind of scare happened. You didn't see anything necessarily.
I'll call back. Hey, there's some fuck shit going on. Fuck with my mind.
I would say Tiberius and Valdis, though, I will say this. Your guys' passive perception is so fucking high. As he got to this point, you did see briefly, like, a row of skulls from bottom to top. All the eyes flared red. All the eye sockets flared red. And then, as you saw them kind of dissipate and kind of swash away, they all kind of nullified. And then they kind of reactivated to their normal kind of surging and dispersing and activating sporadically.
Oh, I'm like, what the heck?
So how long is this corridor?
It is about 125 to 150 feet or so long.
And like Dallin and them are at the end of it.
Dallin is about, so you guys are still like trudging along through the goop. You guys are about probably a quarter, maybe a little bit more closer to a third. He is about the halfway point because he is uninhibited, and that is when this kind of interaction occurred. He's kind of Dallin's staying
faster.
You can use your. I would say you can't. Unfortunately, like you can't even dash because it's such an effort to kind of like it is literally just slow going, difficult to like. You guys have to. The only reason why Dallin is going as quickly as he is because his boots are picking up a lot of the slack.
Oh, I'm like, this sucks.
I will say with this though.
Can I try something weird?
Yes, you can do this one thing before this next thing happens.
I was gonna like kind of look out into the skulls and like. Mind Sliver, it can only like work on something with a mind. So could I like try and like perceive if there's anything out there?
You can go ahead and try to locate like a target with your Mind Sliver to try to triangulate something. As you do so, it does not connect with anything. As you look into one of the because they're like the shelves. There's like one shelf that's kind of closer to the ground. There's like a middle kind of shelf. There's a shelf about 3/4 of the way up, and there's like a top shelf of skulls as the piles of these. And as you just like kind of immediately on the shelf to your left, kind of just try to triangulate anything, there does not appear to be any sort of intelligence that you can lock onto to sliver it.
Okay.
I will need. Let me go ahead and roll. I will need Brother Valdis. Go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Uh-oh.
I cried.
Brother Valdis, are you wise?
Natural 20. I'm wise.
Let's go.
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
Brother Valdis is confirmed wise.
All right. So as you guys,
Oh, yeah.
all right, Brother Valdis, as you're sitting there, all of a sudden you hear a. As you look, and the skull is like you can see its mouth, his jaw kind of clanking bone on bone together as you hear this whisper, and you quickly kind of flurry, kind of with your hand.
I grab it.
Make an attack real quick. Make an armor attack.
Nat 20.
Holy shit! So as you go to kind of brush it away, you do see it kind of deapparates, but then you can kind of see. It's weird. Almost like the visage of it deapparates, and it's kind of starting to cloak and go invisible. But you quick second, you see like you can see through the illusion of it, and you snag the skull that was starting to kind of disappear, and you grab it, and it kind of goes, and you kind of grabs it, and it kind of like stops, and you now hold this skull as it's kind of sitting there, and you can see kind of like, and you can see it kind of like not gnashing kind of in your hand as you hold it.
Brother Valdis, what is that you have in your hand?
Can I crush it or do I have to roll attacks?
Make a strength check to just see if you can crush that shit.
Number 3, let's go. Alright, it's not a nat 20. Strength check.
Oh, no, strength. Athletics. No, sorry. It would be. Yeah, make it athletics. You're making athletics for sure.
No, wouldn't it be
21.
If possible, I would like to put guidance on him.
21 athletics.
21. I would say.
Well, I'm in
Yeah.
the back. I don't think you guys can't really see me. I don't think
Uh,
it would happen probably too quickly.
Well, I would say you all are relatively close, but I would say the spacing's a little off. And Tabix, it is hard for you to even like. You're so focused, it's hard for you to kind of get with like next to him.
Yeah.
But thankfully, you kind of go and you kind of like go to reach out, but he's a little bit too far. But yeah, Brother Volus, you just and you crush this skull, and you hear a and you like as it breaks, you kind of hear a and you hear like this kind of deathly sigh and release of like of a breath. It sounds like as you crush it. As you do this, I'm gonna need Tiberius make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Hopefully, I'm as wise as a brother Valdis.
As this is all happening, I want to just be on the lookout for the party if anyone trips.
I got
or
it's a
falls.
wisdom saving throw.
Who trips?
I got a 14.
14.
Yeah.
So
Can
as
you levitate all of us?
so as you hear these whispers, Tiberius, and you go and you like you instinctually go to react. However, immediately your mind is seized and you stiffen, and you just hear
Oh, golly gee.
and you kind of and it's like this one voice, but then it turns. Can you guys hear me kind of making the noise, or is it a suppression?
I can hear you.
Half of it.
Mostly.
I'm gonna see. Tell me if this turning off the suppression helps. So as you hear like the is that helping?
Yeah,
A little
it's
bit.
fine. It's fine.
Okay, bro. I'm just trying to get the full immersion, bro.
He said, "Shut up, it's fine."
Bro, he said it's fine. Hey, I'm about to do things
Bro,
to your
chill,
character.
dude. We're trying to hear these sound effects.
As you hear the one kind of, and then all of a sudden the whispers are now cacophonies. And they get louder and louder as they rack your mind. And all of a sudden, piercing through, you hear, "Kill him, kill him, kill him. Just stab them, kill them, kill." And you
Oh,
just,
that's not good.
and then all of a sudden, you just feel yourself instinctually releasing your firearm. And as you release it off your side, you go ahead and point it up. Go ahead and roll a d4 for me.
The D4.
There's 4 other people in the party.
I got a 3.
You got a 3, so I'll do it like I have the screens here. So it's Brother Wallace was 1, Velen was 2, Tavix was 3. With the 3, all of a sudden, Tavix, you look over
Oh, shit.
and you all of a sudden see this barrel of his breakneck shotgun pointed at you.
Oh shit!
Tiberius, you like you're conscious of this. You are fighting it, but the voices and the commands of this presence, of this entity, of whatever it is commanding you. And all of a sudden, you're resisting. And Tabix, you kind of go up and you're
Can
kind
I
of like,
roll a saving throw? God,
have-
please.
Can I react somehow?
you all of a sudden, Tabix, you're more like the floor is holding you. Like you're trying to, and you're hoping that finger doesn't do it, but all of a sudden, the blast gun goes off. Make an attack for me, Tiberius.
Oh, shit.
Bro, his head blows up. Roll new character.
Man, that sucks.
After all this, I'm gonna run back to the group.
Hold on.
I gotta roll. What is that again? Is it a concentrated or is it a blast?
The round you reloaded was a concentrated.
Yeah.
I say thankfully
Damn.
loosely.
What?
I say thankfully loosely. Yeah, because
Okay,
it could have been a
so-
blast, but it's not.
Damn, that's a lot. That's a big boomstick, Corey. It sucks. That sucks.
But
Gotta
you better
hit a
miss.
roll. Ooh, that's bad. That's a good roll. It's gonna be 19 damage to the dough.
Hold on. Are you
Oh,
rolling?
did
No.
it
You have
hit?
to. You have to roll to hit. Roll your d20.
Oh,
Roll your d20.
Bro, forgot how to play.
I was like,
19.
oh, I get to deal damage to Corey.
So you can either use your, you can either
Let's skip the attack.
you can either roll. Oh, actually, I will. Hold on. I will say this. You can either roll a dexterity or intelligence mod, adding your proficiency. It is with advantage because of the floor.
Okay. Well, I got a 19, bro.
You gotta roll a
Can't
19.
change that.
Yeah. No. That hits. Go
I mean,
ahead.
what? I'll roll with advantage and if we get in that 20 before he dies. so-
No.
No.
Okay,
No,
I got
you're
another.
good.
I
You
got
got
an
18.
18. A
Yeah.
19 and 18.
So that's base roll. You're gonna be able to beat his AC. Go ahead and roll now your 3d8 plus 4.
Ori's gonna be
Rolling.
traumatized.
It's 16 damage plus 4 is 20 damage.
Bro, 20
is
points of damage to
good.
Tabix. Tabix, you sit there and you're like, hold on. You're like, Captain. Like, and then the trigger, you hear it's deafening. It's quiet, but it's deafening for you as you hear the click, click. And then just you see the arcane kind of elements and mechanical elements of this blast gun go to work. As all of a sudden you're just now at the end, receiving end of the shotgun of arcane force energy as it shoots out. You try to move, the floor sticks you in places as you get hit to the kind of upper left chest, kind of neck area, and a little bit of your face as you get shotgunned to the side, or as the energy goes through.
Damn. Is it too late to do anything?
It is too late to do anything.
Damn.
Tiberius, as you sit there and you're breathing heavily as you are cognizant of what you're doing but unable to resist, all of a sudden, as you now are released of this, and you drop to the blast gun, not onto the ground, but you drop your aim from it as you're now sitting there, as you are now released from this kind of commanding presence that was over you.
Can I roll perception on what influenced me?
Go ahead and roll a perception check. Yeah. Well, actually, I would say your passive perception was high enough.
Oh, I got nat 20.
Oh shit! No, absolutely. As you natural 20. So as you're looking around, as you come out of this, and you're looking around just to see if there's any indication as to what just happened, you look into you look kind of behind you at an angle on one of the shelves, like the middle layer shelf, and all of a sudden you see a skull kind of shift and kind of almost like reseat. It appears
how
like
many skulls are like on the shelves? How like
Hundreds.
total?
Ton, bro.
Hundreds.
Okay,
Thousands.
I start screaming
Millions.
because it's like my mind's been messed with, so I'm like, and then I cast Shatter on all the skulls, like in the area around the skulls.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and see.
So
Yeah,
I can't.
1000.
A creature must take.
Oh my god.
Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a Constitution saving throw. A creature takes 3d8 damage. Okay. So I will say.
Well, I mostly just mean I cast Shatter because it's like it's like a loud like ring. It's like intense, meant to like break all the skulls basically using Shatter.
Right. Yeah. It's just a 10-foot radius, and Tabix is currently next to you, as well as Suvetha. So as you do so, they need both make Constitution saving throws. So go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me, Tabix.
Jeez.
Fan's racking in the friendly fire points.
Hey, Tabix, what's your AC?
17.
Not high.
Constitution, right?
Constitution saving throw, yeah.
This wouldn't be impacted by the poison.
No, it would not.
Nice, 14.
Nice. Thankfully, Suvetha got a 17. What's your spell save DC there, Tiberius?
Probably.
It's a 15.
15.
Tough.
So you just fall short, Tabix. Roll your
Oh
3d8
my God.
thunder damage, please.
3d8.
You unironically do this.
I got 20.
20. 20 damage on a 3d8? Damn.
Yes, sir.
So you take 20 thunder damage, Tabix. Suvetha is gonna go ahead and take 10 of that. Let me go ahead and write down his health here now that we need it.
Wait. I don't think I noted the damage Tiberius did before. Tiberius, how much was it?
You took 20 force
Yeah,
damage.
actually, I think you're taking 20 and 20. You're taking 40 points of damage from both of his attacks.
40 totals. 20.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad I healed earlier.
Yeah. So as you scream out and you instinctually just cast Shatter, mark off a second level spell, and as it just Tabix, you're sitting there bleeding from this shotgun, and you're like, "What the fuck just happened?" And then he screams, and a Shatter wave just emits from him and smashes into you again as this thunder energy just hits you and it impacts you and just rakes your body. Thankfully, Suvetha doesn't make a save, and so he manages to kind of shrug it off, kind of hits me, kind of as he shrugs it off. However, the skulls, I would say, Tiberius, you were kind of towards the right-hand wall. The skulls within a 10-foot radius sphere of this area just detonate. Hundreds and hundreds of skulls just shoot out. I would say everyone is armored enough that the a million bone fragments are no longer. You know what? Actually, hold on.
Well, they're
million
exploding from
bones.
sound. They're not gonna be launching shrapnel like it's an explosion.
It's thunder damage, bro. They're detonating.
That
You know what?
that's not how that works.
you know what?
Literally nuclear bombs.
You know what? You get double damage now. You get twice.
Dolan's
I'm not
Wow.
even in radius. I'm not even in
DM
radius.
DM activities, typical DM moment.
I will say it's just 2 points. 2 points of like piercing and slashing. As the majority of it does hit you as armor, it's fine. Some bits kind of scrape you, but it's not crazy. No, it would just be Tiberius. You take 2 points. Suvetha will take 2 points, and then Tabix, you'll take 2 points. Other than that, though,
Why not? Do I also? I got knocked back, right?
Oh, you said take 2 points?
A creature, yeah, take 2 points. A creature made of I don't think it knocks you back.
Are you sure?
Yeah, creature takes 3d on a failed save or half as much as a successful creature made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal has a disadvantage on the saving throw. A non-magical object is being
dramatically jump backwards.
No, you don't move. Shatter is more of like a concussive kind of shotgun out than it is like anything else. I will say, if you wanted to double down on Nathan on the fact that it would, I mean, it wasn't like in a detonation, but there was still fragmentation that was caused by this immediate eruption of energy. So,
Okay.
However, that is where we're at now. What are the rest of you doing?
I would like to move forward and grapple Tiberius.
I'm gonna yell, we need to move.
Okay.
And I will continue waiting for them.
Okay. Let's see here. So we have real quick. So Dolan, you've passed your check, right? And then Valdis, you passed your check.
So
I would like to do to Tiberius what I did to that skull.
That's crazy.
You're gonna blow up his head, bro.
he said that's crazy. No, I will grapple him.
If you Valdis, you go ahead and charge over there. Tiberius, are you resisting this grapple?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and either make a dexterity, or okay, so you can either make athletics or acrobatics contested roll. So if you want to, yeah, so you would roll athletics.
I'll make an acrobatics.
Okay, go ahead and do that as you rush over.
While doing this, I'm gonna cast Hold Person on Tiberius.
Okay.
I got a 20, not natural.
Okay, 20. Go ahead and now make whatever that is. You said hold person?
Wisdom saving throw.
Make a wisdom saving throw now for me, Tiberius.
Can I make a counter reaction and cast counter spell?
I think you could. Does that waste my spell? Probably.
Wait, are you casting hold person on him before I'm grappling him? I have to move to get to him.
I would say the sequence here is, since you've already rolled. So what'd you get athletics wise, Valdis?
I got my. Okay, sorry.
Athletics?
Yeah, you got 20 acrobatics.
26.
Holy shit! So
Jesus Christ.
I will say, so this will happen first. So you cast Shatter. The skulls explode. All this is happening. All of a sudden, Tiberius, you're like, you're breathing heavily, kind of like holding your gun still, and boom, you get hit by a freaking steel train of an individual as you're now grabbed and held.
It's more. Yeah, it's more like I'm grabbing and picking him up. I'm not like trying.
I know, but you're still getting stuck, so your momentum is going forward, and you're grabbing him. I'm not saying you truck him into the wall. I'm saying you he gets enveloped by this massive individual, and as you grab him, and you can with that athletics, you pull him up and you rip him up off the ground. Do you still want to cast Hold Person now, seeing this situation at least somewhat handled there, Tibix?
No.
Okay.
Will not.
So as you kind of you go and you're like, okay, that's handled. Now what are we doing?
I was like, Captain, what are you doing?
They're in my mind.
Let's go. And I'm gonna make
I yell at
all
Brother
haste
Ball
I
and
can.
say, "Get us out of here!"
I'm gonna make all haste I can.
Okay.
Hold on, so can I hold him with one arm? Well, you're still standing up, right, Tiberius? I mean, Tabix?
Yes.
He is still standing, yes.
Okay, you're not knocked down.
Correct.
I'll say let's go.
Okay, so as you guys are trying to double time it, the floor is just not giving, but you guys are doing your utmost.
Can I pick up Tavix too?
No.
Damn.
Only because your size is still medium, so it'd be difficult.
I have large carrying capacity. I've increased, doubled, if you will.
Make an athletics check with disadvantage.
Can I go help him?
Oh, yeah, if you want to run back and help.
Yeah, like sheath
Mainly
my
because
sword
he's
and
wounded.
get on the
so
other
with
side.
Disadvantage.
With disadvantage, correct.
I'm helping.
16.
16.
Rolled 8
Are you
and 8.
helping or are you individually trying to carry someone, Dolan?
I thought I was gonna help carry Tiberius because he's out of commission or something.
No, he's already got Tiberius on his like in his possession.
Oh, I guess I could go grab Tavix then.
He's in my inventory currently.
Yeah, I'll put Tavix in my inventory.
So so what did you roll? Sorry, 16 with disadvantage?
Yeah.
Tavix, you're not resisting, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I would say you kind of have Tiberius in like a bear hold, but or like a hug. You kind of shift him up, and Tiberius, you kind of just follow suit as he now fireman's over one shoulder. Dolan, you rush back, and you see Valdis kind of struggling a little bit, kind of getting Tavix. Tavix, you're trying to like pull your feet up, and you're just like accepting Big Papa to pick you up and get you home as he goes, and he kind of starts to grab you, Dolan. You just kind of grab Tavix's like legs, kind of sinking down. You just hoist him up, ripping him off the ground, assisting Valdis to carry both of your compatriots. As Valdis, now you're just kind of sloshing through, grabbing and going. Suvetha is now at this point kind of seeing everything, just now trying to get in, getting things going and moving. However, Tavix, make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Ooh.
You guys are about halfway through the room now.
Bro's gonna slide hand his gun out.
Saving throw, so it's not impacted?
No, it's not impacted.
That's a 10.
Oh God.
As you get picked up and you get slumped over, and you're kind of being calf carried, over the shoulder and whatnot. You kind of go to look up and see your surroundings, and a skull is sitting there, kind of, and it's laughing in your face. At which point your mind freezes, or I say your body becomes stiff. Your mind and your eyes open or wide, and you sit there and you. And I would say, follow this with your high passive perception. You feel Tavix stiffen for some reason. Like at first he was kind of just limp, kind of helping you out. His body stiffens. Tavix, as this skull kind of laughs, and these red fiery eyes, you can see almost like jet out and shoot into yours, and you become under its command. You reach for one of the purge grenades that you have on your hip.
Can I do everything I can to fight this?
Ori will see a wicked fucking flame skull and just say, "Hell yeah!"
I want to. Hey, as a DM, as a friend, I want to say yes, but unfortunately, you cannot.
Dang. Okay.
Wait, can I roll perception?
Well, first, Tavix, you go ahead and grab the grenade, and you go to prime it and get it ready to do. Which you do so. You do grab it, and you do release the pain, and you do this, and. It's strange because the commands, as it comes into you, all you hear the whispers. As it laughs and exits, you hear the and all of a sudden you hear, purge them, kill them. And you just kind of hear this, at which point you have the grenade in your hand, and you're now primed. As you, actually, I think these ones do have a pin, I want to say. I think the top of them is a pin, more kind of grenade-like, as you rip it out and you're now holding it. And right before you drop it, your passive perception, I will say, you are like leaning over, and you guys are like almost like shoulder like roommates as you guys are on either side of Brother Valdis.
Well, yeah, I have passive perception 18.
Yeah, you look over and you see Tabix he pulled, like right before you can do anything, because it is quick. He does do it quickly, and he pulls the pin. You do look over and you see him holding this grenade, as you can see this holy radiant energy starting to arc.
Oh my god.
Holy shit, Brother Valdis.
And I'll turn slightly.
You turn slightly to see
fucking
Tiberius.
bomb.
You turn to see Tiberius as he's like now like wiggling his way up to try to like get some sort of like elevation off you, and he's like looking over at Tabix, and now you kind of shift and you can see Tabix holding his hand as he's now about to and you see the grenade as he's about to just spike it down onto the ground. I would say.
Does he throw it? Does he throw it?
Does he drop it?
He is going to spike it onto the floor.
Can I roll acrobatics
become a
to jump
projectile?
off of Brother Valdis and jump forward off of like on his shoulder?
You want to do? Hold on, Tiberius. What you want to do?
Can I roll acrobatics and try or athletics to jump off of Brother Valdis and jump
shit.
forward?
Okay, real quick, Dolan, make a perception check to see if you can figure something out here. Tiberius,
I would like to try and use my what is it called?
you
Jeez,
need to discern this. Brother Valdis is a large individual. He has two bodies. This is something that is obscured. You need to make it.
Spiking a grenade.
You need to make a
ground?
perception check to see.
There's a lot going on. We're stressed out.
Alright,
Okay,
that's a six.
okay, Tiberius.
Say less.
You said 6.
4.
Oh shit. Sorry, man.
I was like, I have no clue what's
How
going
close
on
are we
behind
to
me.
the door? How close are we to the door?
You guys are about
Going
halfway
across?
through the room. You guys are about probably, I would say, 60, 70 feet across the room. You guys are in the middle here. Okay, Tiberius, you want to jump off, and you want to jump off, or do you want to jump, like, over to Tabix?
I want to jump over the Tapix.
Okay, you, like, want to almost go around the back of Valdis's neck
Yeah.
and do something. Okay, what are you
Yeah.
trying to do?
I'm trying to grab the purge grenade.
Okay. Go ahead and make a contested sleight of hand check. No, make a sleight of
What-
hand
what-
check. Just
What is the contested sleight of hand check?
Well, I was gonna say, make a sleight of hand check for me, just to see. It would be contested, but Tabix is kind of dominated at this point, so he's not. He's focused on just doing this action. So you're gonna have to make
God.
You're gonna have to make
I
a.
gotta-
Would it be
It's
sleight
not
of hand or
good,
would it be-
guys.
would
It's
it
an
be sleight of
11.
hand versus-
It's not
would it-
good. It's an 11.
Would it be sleight of hand versus strength? Because you're trying to grab it out of their hand.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be with advantage because he's not aware? Because he's like possessed.
Well, but because he is performing an action and he is adamant on doing so. So he would.
Oh.
I will say though,
Yeah,
yes,
dude,
it would
I
be a.
say strength, right?
Yeah. Go ahead and make me a strength. Go ahead and make me a strength saving throw for me, Tabix.
Oh my god, bro.
High is bad, right?
Yeah, what'd you roll? What'd you roll?
19.
Holy shit! And you rolled, I think, a 14, right? Brother Valdis.
I rolled an 11.
Oh, an 11. What do you say when you go to grab the grenade and you cannot retch it from his hand, Tiberius? I'll give you one last thing.
Oh. Shit. I go, Brother Valdis, he's gonna throw a grenade. He's gonna throw a grenade on us.
I turn slightly.
What is the one thing you do right now? No thinking. You have 5 seconds, Valdis. What are you doing? 5, 4, 3,
He drops the grenade.
2. No, he's not. He's about to spike in. Tiberius tries to wrestle it out of his hand. He's like fighting him now, and now he is like, and then he cannot
says
get it.
he's
He
about
gets
to
it
throw-
free. You have 3 seconds. 3, 2,
Can I
1.
shake Tabix? Can I just like fuck you? Like,
Can I mind sliver Tabix?
well, because he hasn't
Okay,
dropped it, so, like, I can't-
yes, you can. Yes. Go ahead and make me an athletics check to shake it and see see if it's going straight down or if you can loosen it and fling it up into the air. Dolan, if he can fling it up into the air, we will see what you can do. Make an athletics check to just shake this wiggly worm,
I
bro.
hate all this. Eric, sing a song for me. Inspire me.
Uh,
No time.
23.
23. You, Tavix, you dominated. You are conscious, but you can hear the whispers of just to terminate, kill, destroy your party. You were about to throw it. You wrestle it free. You almost like bitch slap Tiberius a little bit. All of a sudden, you go to throw it. You get freaking jelly wormed in the arms of Valdis as he starts shaking the shit out of you. The grenade flies up, back, over, farther into the room. Don, what would you like to do? You see this projectile.
Do I know the effective radius of it?
of his
Is
radiant.
it gonna end up far enough away where if it'll explode, it won't hit anyone, or is it gonna hit people?
Make an insight check for me. In a split second.
Nah. Insight is.
And what is the
11?
what is the radius of your purge grenade there, Tavix?
30. Oh wait.
The radius of detonation.
15 feet.
15 feet. I would say with that insight check, you could not necessarily determine at this split second moment whether letting it fly would be beneficial or if hitting it with your interceptor shield would be beneficial.
Alright,
It
I
is
will
in the air
intercept
though,
it
and
then.
it is kind of, and it is arcing with the freaking momentum that Valdez was jerking this dude. As it flings up and out, it is almost careening towards the top of the ceiling. The ceiling in these rooms are pretty tall. It's about 10 to 15 feet. So you're intercepting it.
Yes.
Okay, as you. What's up?
Ooh.
What are you
Actually,
doing?
never mind.
Are you Captain American your shield?
No, I'll see all this happen. I'll see the grenade go flying, and I'm gonna plant my shield down. The iris of it is gonna open. It's gonna lock onto the grenade as it's flying through the air, and a thin beam of energy. It's gonna just strike it, and it's gonna disappear.
I will say it destroys it instantly. It is a grenade.
It destroys it, or it
yeah,
negates
I will say. So let's see. So from what it says, as a reaction, the user of the interceptor shield can activate the shield's defensive properties, which releases an incredibly quick amount of purplish blue energy. It intercepts a range attack that the range attack is a physical energy, destroys it instantly. However, if the range attack is a spell of second level or higher, then the wielder must roll to determine the results. It's like a counter spell. I will say for this,
grenades are usually not they don't explode on
so
impact
the
anymore.
grenades for these, as soon as you prime them, the next impact they have with the physical surface do detonate. So there is no primer. It is the next contact. However, I will say for this, because this is the blend of physical ammunition and also like an arcane effect, I will say this. Go ahead. It's a mixture, right? So as this beam of energy hits the grenade and detonates it, the energy does its best to kind of almost suffocate the explosion and kind of harness the arcane detonation. So I will say, Tabix, go ahead and roll me your 2d10 plus 10. I will say for brother. Let's see.
Can I make a dexterity saving throw?
I would
with
say-
dangerousness?
Yeah, go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw with advantage, brother Valdez, and Tiberius. Go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
Well, don't we all count as one unit though?
You guys are no.
So we're all grappled
Okay.
together.
Yeah, you are all grappled together.
I mean,
If anything,
I'm good. My dexterity throw was a 623.
yeah.
Dexterity.
All three. Tabix, you are failing this automatically.
Nice.
I got an 18. No,
Do I have to
7.
put you out of your misery after this?
I got a 17. I meant more so as in like if I was to move forward to dodge the blast, wouldn't they would all come with me? We're not like letting go of them.
Yeah, correct. But I'm giving you individual like agency because like Tiberius is probably gonna be like, I'm out of here, let me dodge, you know. And so he's gonna do that. Tabix is not gonna move because he's dominated, and you're gonna go ahead and dodge. I will say, what was your roll there, buddy? Tabix?
24.
24. Okay, so if you passed, so because of your intercepting moat, Dolan, we're going to negate that. So you said how much?
24?
20. So 24 down to 12, and if you pass your saving throw, it's gonna be down to 6. And so 6 radiant damage to you, Tiberius. 6 radiant damage to you, brother Valdis. 12 radiant damage to you, Tabix, as
Damn.
as it still detonates out and explodes. However, the moat of the Darwin with his interception kind of energy does manage to negate some of the effects. I will have to actually roll because you guys are all pretty much in pretty close proximity. Thankfully, homie Suveth does manage to make it, so he's going to be taking.
Oh yeah, this guy gets to see all this.
Yeah.
Do more skulls blow up at least?
Yes, so I will say like the top kind of portion of the shelving just and I will say this you with the thunder damage the skulls exploded. With the radiant damage, as this proximity and the skulls detonate, the skulls, you can almost hear this kind of like cacophony of and you hear this almost like kind of ghostly kind of howl, kind of groan come from almost the entirety of the room with this radiance. Yep. There we go. We resolved that. Tabix, as you're sitting there, as you're done getting jelly wormed and now you're being held again, a couple moments go by and your body unstiffens and you kind of fall limp your body a little bit fatigued and exhausted from this process. I will say, Tiberius, you're no longer in the grapple of Valdis as you made it your dodge.
Did he escape?
Yeah, he jumped off and kind of as he made his dodge. How are you guys progressing? You guys are halfway through the room.
Thank God,
Fucking quickly. That's
yeah.
how.
Thank God, everyone I think has gone through this madness. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Well, not to spoil too much, but only two have passed the madness. However,
I'm gonna
Go ahead.
use a channel divinity real quick. To
I don't want to have to execute fucking Rutger over there.
what's your channel divinity?
Holy shit, that was terrible.
Are you just doing a heal?
Yeah, just a heal.
Okay.
Wow, this is the worst roll ever. One of them was, yeah.
Everyone heals 1 point.
Everyone's gonna heal 8 health.
Oh hell yeah.
Dude, sick.
Sick heals.
Dude,
Best
free.
healer over there. That's the best healer.
Let me see if I can modify it anymore.
He says priming his shotgun.
Yeah, no, I can't. That sucks.
I will say, as you guys are all rushing through, passive perception high is gonna be Valdis and Tabix. As you guys are rushing through with Suvetha next to you both. Tiberius, you kind of look off to the side and you see another one just quickly. You see another skull kind of apparate and then quickly kind of disappear. And all of a sudden you see Suvetha kind of straight, like become rigid and kind of stop for a second and then draws his saber and kind of looks over to both of you and goes,
Do I have 1 sec? Can I react?
yeah, you can. Yeah, he's
I
yeah.
cast.
Go ahead.
I cast polymorph.
Okay.
What?
Okay. He needs to make what is it? A wisdom saving throw?
I have 15. Yeah, I have 15.
All right, let's hope he rolls
Nice.
low.
This
Let's
shit's fucking
hope he
wild.
rolls low. Oh
gonna be
my
mad.
gosh. What do you transform him into?
No way.
Nice.
I
Turn him
transform him.
into a skull with red eyes.
As the, what did the,
I transform him. I see what's happening. I'm like, oh my god, he probably has the brain disease that we've all had.
He's got that virus.
So I transform him into a lovely little sheep.
Okay.
Classic.
You just transform him into a whole ass sheep as he goes, and you can see this kind of this kind of dangerous intent on his face as he goes, and he goes to lunge out with his saber to strike out towards, I would say, Brother Valdis, and you just kind of sidestep, speak out. Do you want to play your flute for this one, or are you gonna?
I go,
That plays the rude sandstorm.
Bro, and as you do so, as he's rushing forward, all of a sudden his form kind of implodes and then transforms and bursts back out into his sheep as the sheep kind of lands in this space into the muck as it it sits there. What are you doing?
crisis avoided.
Go ahead and mark down that spell slot.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I look at the I go, we'll fix you in time, good friend, but this is for your own good. That's what I say to him.
I'll run over and pick him up and bring him with me.
Okay, make an athletics check real quick to grab the Sheepu.
20.
20, easily enough. You just out the gunk and you just rip the sheep. It goes as it kind of gets picked up, and you all.
Is it a possessed sheep?
As you go to grab it, it doesn't, and you go to manipulate it. It like is squirming and it's kind of like it does not like to be being held at the moment, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything malicious towards Dallin. And as you guys at this point, as Dallin, you're rushing to the end to the far doors of this sheep. Well, with this sheep in tow. Tabix, are you still holding Tabix, right?
Through.
Yeah.
Bro, Dallin goes to the end, whips open a door, and then just fucking chucks that motherfucker through.
I'll wait for the rest of y'all.
As you chuck the sheep through, and the rest of the party, 3/4 now creeping towards the end of this room. You guys are trudging through, and thankfully, without issue, Brother Valdis with Tabix over one shoulder, Tiberius, you both kind of get to the doors, and then who's going through?
I go through.
Okay, Tiberius, you just you open the door and get slurped through. Valdis with Tabix.
I'll go through.
You still holding Tabix? Tabix, you still being held?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dallin, you open one door, Valdis opens the other, and he just jumps through. Dallin, you swing around, jump through as well, as the doors and come to rest outside of this room. And that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh,
damn. That was kind of lit. I'm not going to lie.
What the fuck?
Hell yeah. All right, let me go ahead and mark off a purge grenade, unfortunately, for old Tabix, and a bullet for old Tiberius.
I only have one more concentrated bullet, right?
No, you have 8 of those. I thought
I only had 3 for some reason.
No, you have 8. You have 8 concentrated. You have 4 blast. You've used 2. You shot once in the Festering Woods.
2 concentrated.
Yeah, and you just shot Tabix in the face.
Team.
Yeah.
Use it on your team, bro.
Oh, to note, when we get back, I'm gonna reload with a blast.
Yeah.
Crystal.
Have you noted how much damage you've done to your own team?
I did 40 damage. I did probably about, in total damage, probably like 60 damage.
Best part is we could go check if we wanted.
You've hit me twice.
The
if not 3 times. And you've
total, probably like 80.
No, total is probably pushing almost triple digits, but I don't know.
It's got to be at this point with what 40. Yeah. You know, at least like 60.
Dude, that was actually insane how much you just did.
This was the intrusive thoughts got to me.
He's in my mind.
All right, well, thank you all so much for hanging out with us as we continue this venture. That is gonna be it for tonight. Unfortunately, we actually everybody stream and players. Next week we will not be sadly not be able to do an episode because of some scheduling things, but we will be back the week after to get back into this, see what else the Labyrinth of Dread has for our strike team here. But hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we'll catch you next time. Check out the Twitch schedule to see when we'll be going live, and until then, peace out.
We're gonna be streaming Minecraft Tekkit.
Let's go.